When you see this dog in the back of the kennel, cowering and completely shut down, you might not think that by simply changing this dog's name, it would change this dog's entire behavior and save their life. But it did. In this video, I'm gonna tell her story, give you pup dates on her, on Bobbi, the little shepherd that was found in the Home Depot parking lot, and our really skinny Scooby-Doo. He disappeared from the shelter, but something really good happened to him.
Oh, and stay tuned because I have some never before seen exclusive footage just for this pup date of Misty and Ash getting their very first groom.
That and more on this episode of Pupdates. Now what happened though to Misty and Ash, the two Malamutes that loved each other so much and were just so scared, and when we put them together they were reunited? Well, something unexpected. I'm gonna tell you about their journey. But first, let me take you back to the beginning when I first met them, because remember, when Misty was finally reunited with Ash, it was such a heartfelt moment.
It's a rainy day. That always adds stress to the dogs. It can be relaxing for us, but for them it's just added noise.
Hi, why do your eyes look so sad? What's wrong with your paw? You want me to sit down with you? Yeah, let's go. Let's sit with this one.
Let's see what's going on here. Hi, can I come in? Hi. Can I just set this down right here? Can I set this down? Okay, it's okay. I'm just gonna move this so we don't splish splash take a bath. I move the water bowl out of there. I put it right back in when I leave, but I move the water bowl out sometimes because I've had dogs that panic and then just flip that water bowl up and then it really scares them. See if we can get more coverage area. I try not to use their towel or blanket if I feel like that's the only kind of safe zone they feel that they have, because it really is the only, they don't have much in the shelter when they come in here, and the only thing that they can kind of claim as their own is their little bed. I don't really have any fear of this one reacting, due to their fear state. Boy or girl? It's an orange collar. Sometimes the shelter does pink collar for girls and blue collar for boys, but sometimes they just use whatever they have. And this was an orange collar, so I don't know. And I did not look at the intake form. Alexis, are you out there?
Yeah.
Is this a boy or girl?
This one is a girl.
How old is she?
She is around 8.
Oh. I'm sorry, sweetie. Malamutes at 8 years old are absolutely senior dogs. And you can just tell in their movements, they're a little slower. And even if you feed them right, it's the age where they can start to get a little silver on their face. And there's a dog behind her in another kennel. And those steel panels are very thin. So she thought someone was trying to sniff her butt. It scared her. Oh, hi, you're pretty. Look how pretty she is when she sits like that. I see you. I know, I'm sorry, sweetie. With her, it's gonna be showing her some comfort. Like you could tell she can use even if it's just a moment of time where she lets her guard down a little bit and is shown a little kindness. At 8 years old, all of a sudden being in a shelter, having no clue what's going on, that's hard. I'm gonna start with treats. It's always the best entry point, in my opinion, in this situation. I'm not gonna make any eye contact. She is not ready for that. That'll just put an undue amount of stress on her. Oh yes, we have the treat take. Yes. I'm tampering my excitement level so that I don't scare her. But on the inside, I'm like little 9-year-old Rocky just jumping up and down going, yes! Because I know that if I can get her to take a treat right out of the gate, we can get her to experience some comfort. We'll see that transformation. I think. I never know. You never know. Sometimes they just aren't ready. Just like us, right? Just like us. But with that, I'm going to try another treat here, and I'm going to sit down. Move slowly. It's okay. Hi. I still always position myself a little bit in front, because the minute I get on the same equal level or behind, that little amount shifts the dynamic. Look away. I bet she'll take a treat from me at this point. Let's see. I'm gonna look away and do this. And I try to do the first one, I try to do a bigger treat because those few extra centimeters really matter. Oh yeah, I love feeling those little teeps right in the front. She's pretty gentle at taking treats too. I've never had a Malamute, but I think in general Malamutes are just good at that. They're so smart. They're so smart. Sometimes too smart for their own good. Okay, let's see if she'll take it out of my hand now. She still wants it like that. Okay, that's okay. She's showing me what she wants. Like, that's the thing in these situations is, I know we think of dogs being our best friends, so we think, well, they're just like us. But it's those little nuances. Like, she was showing me with her nose that she wasn't comfortable taking that treat out of my hand, and she was bumping me, letting me know that she wanted me to hand her the treat in a certain way. Watch, we'll do it again. See how she's showing me? She's like, that's my comfort level. And that's great. When a dog is smart enough, I mean, all dogs are pretty intelligent. I think more intelligent than we give them credit for. But when they're smart enough like that, it's really important to listen because they'll tell you what they need. But I still want her to take a treat from my hand. Let's go a little lower. No, she does not want that. Okay, that's okay. Sometimes people ask me why I hand treats that way. In a normal dog home environment, I don't do that. But in a shelter environment, in this specific environment, it's space. Like every little bit of space matters. It's okay. It's okay. The dog behind us scared her. She's just kind of scared. Oh, look at her tail. It's actually good because I can see her. So she's matted really bad. I mean, it's not the worst I've seen, but it's painful, certainly. I want to find out her story because I think that'll tell us a lot as to why, outside of it just being a shelter and her not knowing what's going on, but I think she's probably got a story. But yeah, her matting back there, I have to be careful with my movements. Her matting in her hind area right there is really bad. And she's got these marks on her feet. I don't know if are they marks or they might just be allergies or licking, but it's interesting because it's just on the top of the paw, and I haven't really seen that much. I mean, the fur is definitely worn off there. A lot of times the paw licking will be on the actual, kind of toes. Alexis, are you still out there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What is her story?
So apparently she is an owner known. She does have a collar.
Oh, can I see it?
Never mind. Actually, the collar that I see up above her kennel is not hers. It's actually a sibling that she came in with.
Is it the white Malamute right next door?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because I was like, man, there are a lot of Malamutes in here, but they're siblings. Oh my goodness. Pretty sibling too, but probably looks like a senior also, huh?
Yeah, this one is also older.
Is that a boy or a girl?
That one is a boy.
So brother, so she got a brother. Is that her brother crying or one of the other dogs?
No, it's one of the other dogs. This one is kind of acts the same as her.
So owner known. Was it because it's on her, well, she didn't come in with a collar, the other one had a collar. Did she have a microchip?
No. So the way they know it's an owner known is because the dogs were confiscated from an owner due to an eviction.
Oh, that's hard. That's hard on both sides. Dogs don't always come to the shelter because they've been abused or, sometimes it's situational. And you could see how someone could easily fall on hard times, especially right now with how expensive things are getting. And they might get evicted by their landlord and they have nowhere for their dogs to go. The landlord calls animal control and everyone decides that the best thing right now, because the dogs have nowhere to go, is to the shelter because the human also has nowhere to go. The great thing about the shelter is they do a 10-day hold to give that owner time You know, and it's hard to know, right? The other situation could have been the person was evicted because the situation was really bad and animal control felt that the animals shouldn't be there or in a new home. We just don't know the situation. Know that the shelter is really good about extending whatever help and support they can to these individuals, and they will do that. And if that individual feels that they are not suited to take care of their dogs any longer, the good news is we can help them find a family so that they are happy and healthy and loved. And she has definitely been through it, and most likely her brother has been through it. Just in the last couple days of having to go through this whole system, and certainly they felt the stress from their family member losing their home. This would be a really neat opportunity if we can reunite the dogs with their family. And here's the thing, if they can't be reunited with their family too, I'm willing to extend that offer to anyone who can adopt these pups to help offset costs and get them the nutrition that they need to just make sure that her and her brother are healthy and happy. It's hard, these situations are hard, and this happens often, unfortunately. Oh, hi. And she's just so sad, like the way she turns around. Let's turn the focus to her. Remember, the reason we're here right now is to show her some comfort and some love. Let's try some positive affirmations. Do we have a name?
We don't know the name. I'm sure she has one, and her brother has one.
It just didn't transfer?
Yeah, didn't transfer.
Sometimes this stuff happens so fast. I've seen situations, guys, where someone gets evicted and they just feel defeated. They just leave, right? And they leave the dogs, and then you don't have the information. But let's shift to her. Let's get back to her. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Hey, let's give you a treat. I'm sorry that you've been through this. It's not your fault. And it's going to be okay from here. I know this place is unknown, but you're safe. We're going to make sure you're okay. Yeah, hi. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yeah. Have you not heard that for a little while? You're a good girl. Do you want a treat? Do you want a treat? Huh? Do you want a treat? Hi. Do you want a treat? That's a good girl. You're a good girl. Yeah, this is a good girl. Hi. Can I show you some love? Let's keep giving you treats. Hi, sweetie pie. Hi. Good girl. Yeah. That's a good girl. Hi. Hi. You're a good girl. There's a good girl. You want a treat? You want a treat? Here. That's a good girl. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good girl. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. I was a good girl. You are a good girl, and this is not your fault, and I love you. The care that has gone into her is not sufficient. So if the owner is able to take her back, the team will definitely talk to them about grooming, or can we help with funds for grooming, or like what can we do to help with maintenance, because the condition that she's in right now is not okay. It's painful, and she's, it's tough. Now her paws, something's going on with her paws. That doesn't necessarily mean because she hasn't been cared for. Like that could be an allergy, that could be a nervous tick she's been going through in the last couple of days, just licking nonstop. A vet could be a better person to kind of diagnose what's going on. But she definitely could use some care above and beyond what she's been getting. So she's a Malamute. Malamutes look a lot like Huskies until you get them next to Huskies. Then they do not look like Huskies. And Malamutes as puppies, they're very pronounced, and you're like, whoa, look at that fluffy teddy bear. As they get older, that wears off just a little bit. And so they start, in my opinion, they start to look a little more like Huskies, or easier. It's easier to confuse them. But any Malamute owner would absolutely disagree with me, and they would say, how would you confuse those dogs? But I had a boxer, right? And people were like, oh, is your pit bull gonna be friendly? It's like, what are you talking about? The difference of a Malamute versus a Husky is they're like a Husky's like an endurance runner, where a Malamute's like a bodybuilder sprinter. Like they're really strong, and they don't have the same endurance as a Husky, but they can pull much heavier loads. They're very, very strong. And that strength, it's in her. Like that's the neat thing about a dog like her. She's 8 years old, but the strength to carry on, I think that's a song, by the way, is in her. Like you can see it, and she's sad right now, and she just wants to melt and disappear, but it's there. I know it's there inside her, like under this mess of a coat. Hi. And her coat, like if you feel it too, it's just really dirty and oily just because it's been so long since she's been groomed. Malamutes also, they take a tremendous amount of trust before they're ready. And like, you know, I don't think she's going to be doing any cuddling with me. But the good thing is she's up and around. You can see it now. She's like up at the front of the kennel. So here you go. Look at that. Look at that face. Look at that pretty girl. Seeing your face. And she wouldn't even take treats out of my hand before, even though I've kept forgetting. And now she is. Malamutes are one of the more amazing breed of dogs. They have a lot of energy. And when I say a lot of energy, it's a lot of energy. The great thing about adopting an older dog is some of that energy is compressed. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, yeah, but I want a puppy because I want to train him and I want to be with him my whole life. And I couldn't stand it if they were only around for a little while. Well, an 8-year-old dog, there's still lots of dog left. And they're going to be at like their prime of just being a really great, calm, loving, kind dog, good family dog, I would imagine. Her brother's with her. I know I'm going to get comments about, well, they need to be adopted together. And that's unlikely. I would love for them to be adopted together. If you can come adopt them together, come and do that. The tough part is, at this point, it's like, well, we've got to get them adopted if their family is unable to come get them or decides that's not the best path forward, or the shelter decides that they're not being cared for enough. If that happens, we've got to find them homes. And the good thing is, you know, they're separated right now. So while they, I'm sure, love each other, they're, you know, bonded pair dogs are typically dogs that just can't exist. Their heart literally breaks if they're pulled apart. And that doesn't seem to be the case here. So her and her brother may end up being available for adoption. I'll put the information for both of them on her adoption form. You just go to rockykanaka.com and you'll find it there, or I'll put the link in the description below. And I hope that they are never available for adoption and that their family is able to come and get them. But the reality of the situation is they may end up available for adoption and they're going to need you. And we don't know names, and so we need to come up with some names. I would like to name her Misty.
And this one can be Ash.
I like Misty and Ash. I think that's great.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, Pokemon. I didn't even pick that up. Okay, let's try her name and see what she thinks. Hi, Misty. Hi, Misty. Hi. Can we call you Misty? Misty. You see her hiding back there? Oh, she's going around. Hi. Hi, Misty. You know another thing we should do right now is hey, Alexis.
Yes.
How long have they been in here?
They've only been in here so far for about 2 days.
But I feel like yesterday I saw them together, right? You think we can open up the center divider? You want to just check with the team real quick?
Yeah.
As long as we get the approval, let's open up this center divider and put her and her brother together. I think that'd be really fun. And the reason they're separated is often because, siblings are going to be siblings, right? And they may not have been okay with having their food together. It's like in your house, you don't feed, you may not feed your dogs both in the same little quarters. Like with us, Kobe, especially our blind guy, he's not food aggressive or anything, but he'll definitely get a little anxious and apprehensive if another dog's too close to him while he's eating. So we put dogs at other ends of the house or other ends of the room. If you want to go do what I'm doing, you should for sure. Like the neat thing about all of this is, can you walk into any shelter and sit with a dog? No, I can't even do that. Like I'd get turned away sometimes. It takes time being a volunteer and volunteering. But the thing is you can go volunteer and you can work with dogs like I do. You just got to start. Like when people say, I want to win the lottery and then I want to go start a dog rescue, I get that. Like I get the saying. I know what you mean. But the thing is you don't have to wait to win the lottery. Like going and working with dogs is winning the lottery. And also, if you can't do that right now, if the schedule doesn't allow, you got, too busy, kiddos, whatever it may be, then you can become a member. And it's really neat, the community we're building. Like having you guys as a part of Sitting with Dogs is phenomenal. And being a part of the community called With Dogs, like you being a member of that, it goes so far because that contribution helps us continue to help dogs. And you get to be in that community with other dog lovers. Also, you're the first to know when things come up like adoptions and updates, good or bad sometimes. And everyone, you'll all get the updates, but being a member, you get them first. And I pre-release videos too, which is kind of fun, like the first 24 hours sometimes. You can subscribe, you can follow. The biggest thing you can do is share, because you never know when your share will make the difference. I don't care if you're located in Bolivia and the shelter's all the way here in Wildomar, California, Southern California. You never know when that share is going to find its way to the forever family. So many people tell me when they adopt, they go, yeah, I had a friend share this video and there you were and there was this dog and I just knew right away. Hi. Oh, does that feel good? Does that feel good? You're such a pretty girl. Yeah, I bet you are one of the most loving, loyal, kind, caring, great family dogs out there. And even though right now you are caked in just a film of oil, I am so lucky to be petting you. Look at that. You just see that release that's happening, like when they let me, and I've said this before, I try to rub their head hard enough. So like if you've ever had someone like massage your head, you leave and you can still feel it and that blood is flowing. Because I feel like that has a good long lasting effect even when I leave the kennel. So I try to do that before I go. And with her, I think this is a good spot because if I pet anywhere else, it could kind of really hurt from all the matting. What a good dog. Okay, let's put her and her brother together. Also, if you want to get a Sitting with Dogs shirt, I will link that down below, or my treats. Go check that out. But let's reunite them. I think Misty will run over there to her brother, or she might be like, "Oh, bro, leave me alone. I'm getting all the good treats." But okay, all right. What do we say? Like lift the braid? I don't know. Okay, do it.
Open the door.
Open the door. Open sesame. There we go. Well, I thought they were going to hug. Yeah, she's going to come back for treats. Watch. Ash, you don't know the good stuff that's going on over here, bud. Misty, you want a treat? There we go. Do you want to tell your brother about it, or you just want to eat all the treats? Look at that. Even with treats, she's sticking close to her brother. That's awesome. I mean, if there's anyone out there that can take 2 Malamutes, that would be awesome. I know that's hard, though. Let's see if I can get Ash a treat. Ash, you want a treat, buddy? I don't want to start any food squabbles. Ash is not interested, huh? Yeah, he's got some matting going on, too. Does he want one through the gate, or he just lets Misty eat them all?
Misty's trying to steal it.
Misty, you little sister. That's just like sisters, isn't it? Wait, how old do we think he is?
Around 7.
So probably same.
Around the same.
Yeah. I bet she's the older sister because she's like...
Yeah, she just came and took the treat.
Yeah. That could be another reason they separated them, is because she eats his food, She eats her food and she goes over and finish his food. I'm going to give him some space because he seems to be comforted by his sister, but he's matted too. I will get some video of this. I want to see what's going on with him. Yeah, he's got... I think it's just dirt. He's pretty scared too. Hi, Bubba. It's okay. Okay. It's okay. But yeah, he's got some stuff going on too. He's got some matting. Ash, I'm gonna try one more time, but I think Sis is gonna grab it. They're so sad. They need a family, or they need their family back.
So many of you said, well, why doesn't the shelter have them together? And I'll tell you, the shelter does often have dogs together, but sometimes they have to separate them because siblings can get in fights. They need to eat separately. Maybe it's a medical condition. One of them has fleas or ticks and the other one doesn't. So sometimes they have no option to be separated, but the shelter goes above and beyond to try to keep dogs together. Now, I have to be the first to admit, I think putting this video out on Misty and Ash might have actually hurt more than help initially, because everyone immediately went to, well, they're a bonded pair. And let me tell you how bonded pairs work in, at least from what I've seen in the animal rescue world. There are bonded pairs of dogs, and these are dogs that just can't live without each other. Think about that person in your life that you just can't live without, or one day that you hope to meet that you can't live without, that if they're gone, you will just cease to exist. It's that old couple that has been married forever, and when one passes, the other passes quickly after. I don't believe Misty and Ash were bonded, but I do believe that they were really important to each other. It's like that sibling that you love, that you want to be with, you want to be around, you love them a lot, and when they're not there, you miss them. You can live without them, but you miss them. And everyone believed that they should be adopted together. But the problem is, who can take two big Malamutes, senior dogs, at the same time? And it was a real problem. For days, there was no interest, even with the video coming out, even with all of the attention and the eyeballs, the millions of views, because all of you shared and helped spread awareness. I was getting really worried until this happened.
Okay, we're gonna clean you up.
Okay, it's time for the grooming. And wow, Mel the shelter groomer jumped right in. She agreed these two needed help.
She's had fleas real bad, it looks like.
The more Mel dug in, the more she found out just how bad the situation was. Not only did Misty have irritated skin from past fleas, but Ash's hair was just falling out in the fistfuls. I mean, it turned into Christmas morning in that room. Fur was just flying everywhere. I mean, look at this giant clump. It could be a fur rug. Now, Misty got most of her clumping brushed out, but she's gonna need medicated shampoo for those paws.
Oh, you're gonna be so pretty.
Now, overall, I'd say they weren't the biggest fans of grooming, but they were well behaved, and you could tell they started to feel better and look better. And when you look better, you feel good.
He's got the softest fur. No more I'm scared of the world, okay?
And look what we caught here, a tail wag. That's how we know this was a success.
Even Mel, the shelter groomer, saw them and fell in love, put them through the whole grooming process so that they would look better and present better. And they felt better too. They were definitely coming up to the front of the kennel, just being a lot more friendly. Like now they knew it was gonna be okay. Now, a couple people showed interest. We even had a gal call in and said, I've got a private jet, I'll fly in and I'll get them. But then she never called back. But let me tell you the craziest story. So Jenny saw our video. Someone shared it. She saw it on her social media and she just loved these two, but she didn't think they were close enough, but she still wanted to adopt a dog. So she went to her local shelter and she was walking the kennel rows and there she sees Misty and Ash. Can you believe it? She knew right away those were the dogs. And she had no clue that they were actually at this shelter, Animal Friends of the Valleys in Southern California. She knew right away that these were the dogs for her and that she could help and that she could take both of them. Her family could help both of them. And so her family adopted them and took them home, and she said that they are living like puppies again. They're energetic, they get to lounge around, they love walking on the leash, and they're living their best life together with their new family. So Jenny and your entire family, thank you. It was such a pleasure meeting you. And wow, what a coincidence. It all worked out. You know, sometimes things just happen by chance, but I really give all of you credit for sharing these videos that made a difference in Misty and Ash's life. Because sometimes those small actions will make a big difference. Like with this next dog that I'm gonna sit with. By simply changing her name, watch the impact that it has. And let me tell you how it goes all the way through to the end, because something unbelievable happens with her after I'm done sitting with her. And it's really great. Let me play her original story first.
Hi, what is your story? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Can I come in and sit down with you? Yeah, I'm gonna come in real quick, okay? Hello, I'm new here. Please go slow. I need time to adjust to my new environment. All right, sweetie. Hi, can I come in and sit down with you? Hi. Okay, you growling at me? Hi. So we got a little growl. It's not too bad. It's just more of a I'm unsure. So we'll take it slow. Hi, can I sit with you? Can I sit this right here? So we're gonna just take it really slow. I'm not too concerned though. Like I don't get that sense, that feeling that there's a threat. She's just saying, hey, I'm uncomfortable. And that's okay. Like that is a good thing to let me know. It's always hard with dogs that are really dark like she is, because when they hide in the kennel, they're less likely to get adopted, like when they hide in the back corner, just statistically. And so it just breaks my heart when I see something like this, because like she is most likely an amazing dog and I can't wait to learn more about her story, but I want to see if we can break her out of her shell. She probably just came in. We're going to start with trying a treat. That's really good. Okay, I got to stay calm. That makes me so happy though. going to do one more, and then I'm going to go ahead and sit down. I think we're comfortable now with sitting. Okay, it's okay. You're a good dog. I'm still going to get plenty of space here. Because, I want her to come to me. We're already close enough in this, I don't know, 4x6 kennel. But this is good. After getting a treat, like her head's up, has curiosity, and you can do a lot with curiosity. Because if a dog's curious enough, it will start to overcome that fear. That's what we want to do, is we want to get her out of that fear state, if possible, just in little increments. I put that one a little bit farther away from her to see if I can get her to just stretch her neck a little bit. Okay. Good. Getting those chops going. Okay. I'm going to kind of do a big piece here and see if she'll take it from me. All right, we're not there yet. A little closer. I don't take it personally. I know it takes time when you're scared and when you potentially might not have any reason to trust a human. I don't know her story, but she's likely been through it, if even just not in the last 24 hours since she's been here. What's her kennel card say? How long has she been here?
She's been here for almost 10 days now.
Oh, really? I thought today was her first day. That's hard because that's bad because when you're here 10 days and you're still in this state, it's going to be really hard to get adopted, and this is bad. So the stakes are high. Again, no goal in this, but if we can figure out a way to try to open her up a little bit, I think that'll really help because she needs it now. She needs that, Hey, Chico. Right. I take a peek. I will tell you this. So black dog, hiding in the corner, hard to see, but she's got these little white toe beans. Or not toe beans, but like some of her little toes are white. If I can get her to come out of her shell a little bit, I'll show you. I'm going to try a whole thing and see if she'll come to me. I'm going to let her work. I'll look away. Kelly, is she moving towards the treat at all? Or?
No.
Oh, but she's thinking about it. I'm going to go a little closer. She's not growling at me or anything. Okay, all right, I'm not looking. I'm going to keep talking. Everything's normal here. La-di-da-da-da, blah, blah, blah. I love dogs. I love you. Look. May seem small, but she took a treat from me. Kel, quick, I need another treat stick. I just gave my old treat stick away. The reason it's funny because I developed these treat sticks not for shelter dogs. I mean, they're great for shelter dogs, but I developed them for my dogs. Like when I'm on a walk, I could just put it in my back pocket and I could break off the appropriate amounts because typically treats are a certain size. Well, sometimes I need high value reward. Sometimes I want just little bits. So that's why I make them this way, is so that I can do that. But it's worked out perfect in the shelter. Okay, we're gonna go a little smaller here. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna just get a little closer. Okay, that's good. Yeah. I'm gonna try something too. I'm gonna move the blanket a bit. You're a little more comfortable with the blanket close? Okay. Okay. I thought you didn't want the blanket, but is it your blanket? Here, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put a little farther away so she's got to work towards it. And let me just hang out for a minute. Nothing. Okay, another thing I can try is, I call it the trail of treats. It's like one treat leads to the next treat. So I just start there, and then I go a little bit closer to see like how far she'll go. I'm only spacing them like half an inch apart. And then I want to see if she'll be like Pac-Man. Do kids know Pac-Man, or did I just age myself there? Yeah. It worked. Pac-Man worked. All right, if you don't know Pac-Man, look it up. Because it can help you with shelter dogs. Oh, she's so sweet. All right, we're going to find out her story because I think our story could help us piece this together a little bit. Hey, Phil. Oh, okay. All right. I'm trying to move the blanket a little bit because I want her to have like a clear path. Try to keep this momentum going. See if I can just get her to completely like get out of her kidney bean position here. Up a little closer. Look away. She giving up? She's giving up. There you go. Good girl. I'm going to try something. If you watch Sitting with Dogs before, you've seen me do this. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I try to just, when I hand off a treat here, do a little touch on the paw like that. And she's not reacting poorly to it. Because, she could be affection driven. And so getting to that point where I could show her some affection. Oh, okay. All right. She jumped a little bit. That may not be it. Hi. That's a good girl. Okay, honey. Okay, it's okay. But check me out. Hi, your eyes are so sad. Hi, you're so sad. Hi, good girl. That's a good girl. You're a good girl. Hi. Have you had a little rough? Your little white toe paws are pretty cute. I'd like to show everyone those. I think they can kind of see them. Do you want a treat? Do you want a treat? Huh? Baby girl, you want a treat? You want a treat? Good girl. Yeah, that's a good girl. I have one more thing I want to try to help bring her out of this fear state. But first, I want to get her story. And then I want to also give her positive affirmations and just tell her that she's a good dog. Alexis, what's her story?
Her name is Venom.
Venom?
Yeah. This is her second time here. First time that she was here, owners came for her after like a week. I guess they were on vacation.
Okay.
So they brought her back home.
And that because you have a 10-day hold if it's owner known. And so if they were on vacation for a week, that'd be 7 days. If they came back to get her, they'd still be within that 10-day hold. Okay.
Now that this is the second time, Good Samaritan found her and brought her in.
Okay.
They tried reaching the owner for about a week, didn't get anything.
Okay.
Until...
Because they have a microchip. She has a microchip?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think a collar.
Oh. Can I see that? Well, no wonder she's sad. This is the second time she's been in here. And the first time her owners were on vacation, so they left her for a week. Okay, here, let's let her check it out too. Want to see that? Is that yours? Yeah. Is that yours? Is that yours? Do you want to go on a walk? You want to go on a walk? It looks like she knows what a walk is. You want to go on a walk? I'd take her out there and walk her around it, but I don't think she's in that state of mind just yet. She's not on the walking program, is she?
Not yet. Probably now that she's been here for a couple days.
I mean, it's a nice collar.
Well, anyways, so now that this is the second time she's here, tried reaching the owners for about a week. There was nothing.
Okay.
And then finally, when they got a hold, the owner basically said, "Oh, she got out of the yard and hasn't been nice with their smaller dog.
Okay.
And we don't want her anymore." They keep pushing off coming into the shelter to pay the fees needed. So they're like, we'll come in this week. No, we'll come in next week,
That's frustrating. I mean, sometimes I know it's hard and people feel like they don't have the funds, especially right now. It's so hard out there. Cost of everything just keeps going up. Even sometimes just to get the groceries or put the gas in your car is so hard. And so if all of a sudden there are shelter fees on top of that, that can be hard. But the shelter will work with you on things like this. The shelter works with people all the time. Even if it's multiple occurrences like this, they will help with payment plans, reduced fees.
I'm not on that side of the team. I'm just an ambassador, so I don't know how that works, but I know they work with people. But kind of feels like, correct me if I'm wrong, kind of feels like they don't want her. Like they don't even, they see the fee of whatever it is, even if it's $35, I don't know, if it's $150, whatever, they've decided in their mind she's not worth that fee.
Well, to me, it's also odd, to be honest, that it's only until after she got out and everything and didn't answer for a week. And then, they kind of have stuff to say about her. So at this point, they will have to do a mandatory meet and greet, especially if it's a smaller dog because of what the owner said.
Right.
So definitely that's good. They still need to do that. But yeah, it's a little odd.
Also, the name Venom, come on. Venom? Like, she is anything but that. It should be like honeysuckle or, or something sweet. Something sweet like honey. I think that's her name, is Honey. I'm not usually naming a dog Honey or Sugar, but I think we need to name her one of those. Which one, Honey or Sugar?
Honey.
Honey, I agree. She's the absolute opposite of Venom. Honey, you are a good girl, and I am sorry that someone doesn't think you're worth the fee of breaking out of the yard, because I think you're worth it. And you've probably been being mean to the small dog, which you should not be doing, but I don't know the full circumstances, and I still think you're a good girl. Sometimes we're not always on our best behavior, but that doesn't mean we're taken out with the trash. I love you. You are a good dog. You know that? And you're worth it, and you are valuable. And you have the cutest little white paws. Oh, did you see that? Oh, it's almost like it was too much, too. She took it in for a minute and felt it, and then there's just too much. I want her up in my lap, and I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to try something. I don't know if this will work, but I just want to try to get her out of that corner and out of that state. And I want to I don't want to scoot back anymore and put any pressure on her. So I'm going to try to just create a little movement here. Hi, is that okay? Is that okay? She's got a collar, so she knows, and a leash, so she likely knows what walks are. And so sometimes we're just gonna walk around a little bit in here. It's not the best, right? But we don't know if she's ready for a walk outside yet. There are cars, there are other dogs, and she may not be ready for that. So we're just gonna kind of mimic it a little bit and create some movement in here. Okay, you like my blanket? That's okay. That's okay. You can like my blanket. Hi. Also, I don't think she's a bite risk or anything like that, but it's just helpful to have that in case she is. Just allows me to control the situation a little bit more. Hi. That's a good girl. Can I pet you a little bit? It's a little uncomfortable, but that's okay. Hey there. Good girl. And I'm going to try to associate this petting with rewards. Hi, good girl. Okay, she don't want it, so back off a little bit. Here you go. Yeah. Okay. She's the kind of dog that you bring into your home and you just give it, I don't know, weeks, of just letting her if she wants to hang out in a corner, she wants to hide under the bed, you just make the space as comfortable as you can. You bring the food to her. There's no training. You just let her decompress. Because she's been through it. She's had people that don't care about her. She's been in and out of the shelter. She's not feral, but she's shut down. Hi. Hateful. Ah, good girl. Good girl. Okay, yeah. That's a good girl. She's workable, and you can tell she is a sweet girl, and it breaks my heart that she's stuck in this position as a dark dog in the back of a kennel because our family has just given up on her. I pay your fee 100 times over, girl. If you watch a lot of my videos, it's pretty amazing sometimes how fast dogs can transform. I think videos like this are also important where you don't see like a complete transformation because that's just not how it always works, right? Even for us in life, like if you've ever been struggling or you've ever experienced really tough times, a switch often doesn't just flip where you go, now I'm good, right? It takes time, and it takes work, and it takes effort, and it takes friends and people who love and care about you spending time with you and helping you work through this. And that's what she needs.
And what I need from you is, if you think that you can be that person for her, it will change your life. It will save her life. I feel I'm preaching over here, but I just know she has so much inside of her that she can give, because you can see little moments of it come out of her. They're so minor. Like the fact that she took a treat from me earlier, even that big step, right?
Well, she's only 3.
She's only 3 years old. She's still a little baby. Maybe not a baby, but I mean, she's a baby. See if we can create a little more movement again. Come on, sweetie. See, look, she wants to move. She wants to go home. She wants out of this situation. That's a good girl. Good girl. Thank you for trusting me. Right. You're doing it. You're so brave. Thanks for being brave. Honey, you are a good dog. You're a good dog, honey. Yeah. I want to see if we could bring her to one of the inside condos where maybe it's a little quieter. I bet if she had some time to kind of decompress, it would go a long way. Oh, there we go. That was a good yawn. That's a good girl. Yeah, that's a good girl. Yeah. You want a treat? Does you want a treat? Good girl. Yeah. You're making good progress. Her nose is working. She's checking out her environment. That's good. She's sitting up. Oh, look at your pretty little chest. Look at that. You have another white spot. I didn't even know that was there. Look at you. You got another white spot. Can you see your little white toe beans? Do you see those, Kel?
Yeah.
They're really cute. Oh, look at that. You look like a stuffed animal. She is a good one, and she just needs someone to show her some confidence and love and give her time to decompress. Okay, I'm going to let you relax, okay? Here. Okay, and there you go. Give you a little head rub. Yeah, does that feel good? Okay. Does that feel good? I'm going to just sit down for one more second. I feel like there might be a breakthrough coming in here. Sometimes after this happens, then they want some more love. Maybe not, but I still feel like she's got a good story coming her way. Did you see that little nose check out? That's it. That's what I'm talking about. That there's little moments like that. She came to me and said, boop. Like, what a different dog. What a different dog. Yes, this is amazing. She's got such a pretty coat. Like, it's not very healthy. Like, you can tell she definitely, like, she needs really good nutrition to really bring her coat out. But it's still really neat. I can't believe she's let me touch her like this.
She looks pretty relaxed.
Yeah. Yeah, earlier, like, any small touch and she'd jerk away. And now, Venom. Who names a dog like this Venom? You trying to, like, train an attack dog or something? Like, Venom is a type of name you give to a dog that's like a little chihuahua. Or like a fluffy white dog where it's like, kind of like a joke, you know? I don't think you should name your dog Venom no matter what. Like, names are really important, right? Because if someone comes over and you go, that's my dog Venom, then all of a sudden they go, whoa. Whereas if you go, that's my dog Honey, they go, oh, she's reacting to Honey. If you go, that's my dog Honey, they go, oh. Oh, sorry. Did you see the white in her eyes with that? Sorry. Honey, I'm sorry. Oh, do you like it? I can't tell. Did that scare you or do you like it? You go, girl, honey. I think she likes it. Or she's like, who is this crazy guy? Probably more like that. Or you want some more pets? Do you want some more pets? Okay. You did really good today. I'm proud of you. Okay. share this. It could lead to her adoption. You could save her life. Your share could. I can't tell you how many times people come in and they go, oh, such and such shared this with me. And even if you live in Guatemala, share this. You never know when it'll find your way back here. And I'd love to have you become a member. We're building a really awesome community of dog rescue lovers. And so we'd love for you to be a part of that if you want to contribute and be the first to know on things, just to get to see kind of the inside track of all this stuff. You're going to be okay from here, okay? Thank you for letting me show you a little love. I think she's tired. She probably hasn't been sleeping much, you know? I feel like she could just go to sleep right now. If the kennel was big enough, I'd lay down and take a nap with you, honey. Yeah, she's nervous with everything. There's a motorcycle sound outside right now. That's what popped her ears up. Okay. I'll come back and see you. Try to get some rest, okay? You hang out on my blanket. It's your blanket now. Thanks for being a good dog. Oh, you don't want me to leave? Well, I gotta go. I gotta go sometime. That's pretty cute. Hi. Are you coming up to the front of the kennel now? Well, look at that. Hi, girl. Oh, good girl. Oh, that is what we're looking for right there. Oh, no, don't go back there. All right, well, we had a little bit of progress. That's good. Good girl.
Okay, but as you can see, Honey is pretty closed off. I was worried because she was gonna need the right kind of person to adopt her and help bring her out of her shell. Now, Michelle, she's a longtime rescuer and she's volunteered at animal shelters before. The thing with Michelle is because she's seen dogs before, she saw something in Honey that she just knew, like there's something there. It's the same thing that I saw. It's the same thing that you see watching this video, that there's more to Honey's story. And if given the opportunity and given the chance, she could really blossom. And so Michelle and her family did just that, and they adopted her. And get this, because they saw the transformation in her name when she was named Honey, a sweet name, which by the way, I get it. Some people say, well, she was named Venom because, you know, of Venom and Spider-Man. I totally get it, but in this situation, it did not work. It was very, very bad. So they changed her name to Empress Puppentine, Puppa for short, which is great.
It is Empress Puppentine, aka Puppa's first visit to Lazy Dog Restaurant. She's as calm and cool and collected as she can be. She loves being loved on and is just about the best baby on the planet.
Let me read what they wrote here. They said, okay, as royalty, of course, she has a social calendar and there are new mini adventures every few days, like going to the mall. Like, look at this, they're at the mall walking around. You never would have thought when you saw Venom sitting in the back of the kennel, scared and afraid, that she would be happy and excited going to the mall, playing with the other dogs, having fun. Okay, but here's what they said. She's a true working dog now. So good. And has a new job taking care of her family and learning new skills every day. It's a whole new life. It says Puppa's mild-mannered, sweet, and despite her introverted initial state, when we saw her with Rocky, she's happiest when out and about. Awesome. Okay, this is wild. She actually recently made it through the selection process of service dog school. And she now has a #1 best friend and a travel buddy, a family member that she travels with that has disabilities and is fulfilling a long time heartfelt need for them. Amazing. Okay, Michelle leaves us with this note. My plan is to begin a charitable program that includes shelter dogs that provide guided owner training. And my hope is that more of these dogs that are tossed away in shelters can be selected. These dogs, like Puppa, are capable of so much if we can just train humans to adapt. That's right. Congratulations, Puppa. And thank you everyone for helping spread awareness on this little dog that just needed a second chance. You saved her life. People often ask me, are these dogs available nationwide or do you have to come to the shelter? And it really depends on how many eyeballs. We try to get people to come to the shelter. You know, you can't just hold a dog without coming to see the dog. But this next dog, Bobbi, was found in the parking lot of a Home Depot. I think someone just dumped her in the parking lot, hoping someone would find her at Home Depot. This person came from far and wide to meet Bobbi. And it actually happened while I was there and we didn't know the whole story. So let me go back to the beginning and tell you Bobbi's story or remind you of Bobbi's story. I got to play out in real time for you as I'm sitting there live with members, people who have joined the channel, become a member of what happened. Here we go.
Hi, can I come in your space? Hi. I'm just going to hang out with you here for a minute. Is that okay? No pressure. I know this can be a scary place, especially if you don't know what's going on and you don't know why you're here. But I'm going to spend a little time with you, okay? We're going to work through this. We're going to figure this out together. I think she's looking at me, isn't she? No?
I think she's trying to not look at you. She's hiding.
It's really loud in here. Sometimes people say, why does your voice sound like AI? I'm not AI, but I put a filter on it because the barking is so loud. It would be hard to even hear the video if we just played the audio. Like, listen to, here's just some audio. See all that barking? You definitely couldn't watch my videos with your dog. So I mute it so that you can hear it, but just know that unfortunately I can't mute it for her. You know, there are a lot of methods in working with dogs, and this is definitely not a training video. This is a journey that I share to just show some of these dogs and how a little comfort can go a long way. A little love can make a lasting impact. And that's what we're trying to do here. And the thing I've noticed over time is avoiding eye contact and not giving them eye contact really goes a long way. It just de-stresses the situation. One of the first things I try is a treat. Now, when a dog's in this fear state, it's typically unlikely that they'll take a treat. But if they do, that is my first step in to allowing them to accept some of my love. Not a treat taker. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and sit down. I want to get as small as I can with her. I think it's a her. You got a pink collar on. Just gonna go real slow. Keep looking away. I've noticed that the more dramatic I can make the look away, the less stress. So that, so the dog clearly sees my head and my eyes just not focused on them. They are not the focus of this interaction. I'm gonna use this. My phone is kind of a rear view mirror to see her. Oh, she's cute. She's definitely kind of one of the smaller German Shepherds that I've seen. I glanced at her info sheet and I think it said like between 35 and 75 pounds, which is kind of a broad range. I think she's 35 pounds for sure. I mean, that delicious treat is right there and she has zero interest in it. Honestly, I don't know if we'll be able to have any impact on her. And a lot of dogs surprise me, but she is so, I mean, not shut down, but so disinterested in receiving any sort of love. And remember, there are no goals when I sit with a dog, but if we can get her to accept some affection, it will only increase her chances of getting adopted and just reduce her anxiety and her stress, which would be so helpful. But I think, if anything, it's just going to take time. I'm going to find out her story here in a minute. Alexis, can you look up her story and tell me here in just a little bit?
Yeah, of course.
Alexis is going to look in the shelter system. She's got her computer with us, and she's just sitting right out there. And she's going to be able to look into the system and see if there are any notes, and we'll get some more info on her. But I mean, look, she has not moved from that look away position. I'm going to try another treat, but I'm going to put it closer to her. The reason I don't go in and take that treat and give it to her again closer is because what I don't want to do, as small as it may seem, is take something away. Like I want to add things. So I'm going to give her another treat closer and see if that does anything. I am going to bump it for closer. Oh, I should, wrong move. I just even said I wasn't going to do that, and then I did it. I'm going to try this again. Dogs are so much like people. It's wild, right? Like sometimes the fear that we have inside of us is so big that we can't even take a step forward, albeit so small. Like that treat is an inch away from her snout, and she is too scared to reach forward to take that treat. But we're going to help. We're going to work on that. And guess what? I know I said I didn't know if we could do anything. Now that we have some treat movement, we can show this girl some love. We can make an impact here. I'm going to try the I call it the Pac-Man method. Very scientific here. You know, it's kind of like when Pac-Man chomps all the treats forward. So I kind of put a row of treats. And then will she Pac-Man forward? Let's see. Come on. Just thinking about it. No. Okay. I'm going to try again. I'm going to go backwards on the Pac-Man method. Oh, maybe not. Oh, so close. I'm going to make the crumbs even crummier. Can you guys see that? I went from like big to small. Come on, so close. She got it. Yeah. Later. Being cool. Be cool, Rocky. Be cool. That's like my life motto. Reminding myself to be cool. Be cool, bro. I think it's great because it's like when you see a dog like this in this state, it's so hard and it's so painful and it just hurts your heart. But it's like if you think forward from this moment with that little progress right there, like you can just fast forward to seeing her on the couch, cuddling with a family, being loved, being supported, like someone giving her the same loyalty that she gives them in the first place. And like that, and that makes me really happy. And that's what I try to look at, because when I sit here, it's really easy to get angry and frustrated, especially if I find out her story and it's a bad one. So I just always try to look forward and see the dog that I know she will be. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try an open hand now. See, an open hand is a much bigger step. A lot of times trainers will advise you to go with an open hand with a treat versus handing it, where your fingers can be little Vienna sausages and they'll take them off. But this is a much bolder statement with a dog who is shut down and terrified. And so this just makes it a little easier, because every centimeter makes a difference when you're dealing with a shut down dog. It's just less in your face. But that's really good. We have some progress. I think we find out a little bit more about her story to see if we can get a little information. Oh, okay, Alexis.
Yes.
What? Tell me more about her. How old is she? Do you think?
So they're saying she's around 3 years old.
Okay.
So she's pretty young.
Do we have a name?
She has no name. And she is available. She was found as a stray by a Good Samaritan.
When did she come in?
She came in about a week ago now.
So she's been here for 7 days. So here's how it works at this shelter. And it's different shelter by shelter. The shelter in your town is likely different, but they're all very similar. It's a 5-day hold if the owner is unknown, to give a family time to come in and find their dog if she's not microchipped. She's not microchipped, right?
No, she's not microchipped.
So no collar?
No collar, no leash. Found stray. She was found in a Home Depot parking lot.
A lot of times when dogs are found in those situations, in my opinion, they're trying to get help. Now they may not be seeking help, but they're looking for food or something because they're really struggling. Water, they don't know how to survive on the street. Because if it's a street dog, they'll typically stay away from busy places. Hi. Are you looking for another treat? Let's try an open hand. You want a treat? Oh, that was good. That was really good. Some good things happened right there. So she put her paws forward. Very small movement. I'll replay it. Very small movement, but a really big movement in her world. And then she inspected me before she took the treat, so she sniffed me out. So that's really good. Is she looking at me right now? She is, right? No? Still no? I feel it's funny because
I mean, maybe she's looking at your butt.
I get that a lot. I don't think I've ever been able to say that. All right,
Dogs, maybe.
Let's keep it. Yeah, from dogs, yes. All right, let's keep this family friendly, Kelly.
Kind of looking at you.
Okay. Yeah, because my wife's making inappropriate comments. I guess I made the inappropriate comment. Oh yeah, we're making progress. That's good. That's really good right there. She's actually in a really bad spot, and I'll tell you why. She's been here for 7 days, and she's still acting this way. And that's a problem, because as people walk by the kennel, when she's scared and she's shut down, people don't see her. And I know you're watching this video and you might see that is the dog that I would be attracted to. That might be because you're a dog person or you're experienced or you're seeing this video and you're seeing her story. But I'm statistically, dogs that are at the back of the kennel that are shut down are less likely to get adopted and they don't make it out of shelters. And so, you know, she's available now for adoption. And it's one of the reasons we do this. And one of the reasons I appreciate you all so much, just being involved and engaged and sharing this and becoming a member. By the way, would love to have you as a member and be a part of this community. But we get to tell her story, right? We get to be the voice for the voiceless. And even bigger than that is we get to show her some love and comfort. And I've seen a drastic turnaround from just a small amount of comfort where you come in the next day or the next hour and they're at the front of the kennel or they're approaching humans because they see humans now as a good thing, maybe a treat dispenser. And that's okay too. I'm okay with that. I'm okay being seen as a giant Pez treat dispenser. So now we know her story, which doesn't tell us much. She was brave enough to probably look for help. That was probably a big step. And so I'm going to tell her how proud I am of her for that. We're going to move into some positive affirmations. And I'm going to try to move back a little bit just to get a little more on her level and in her eyesight. Hi. We don't have a name, right?
No name.
Yeah. Let's think about something that has to do with Home Depot.
Home Depot.
What could it have to do with Home Depot? I mean, I don't want to name her Depot, but something. Let's try this. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Hi. You're a good girl. Hi. Do you want a treat? Do you want a treat? Do you want a treat? Good girl. You're a good girl. You want a treat? Do you want a treat? Good girl. You're a good girl. I would absolutely say she's never heard that before. Treat or good girl. I mean, there's zero reaction. So that's okay. It'll be the first time she's ever been told she's a good girl. And I'm okay with being the first person to ever tell you that because you are a good girl. You know that? You are deserving of love and you are a good girl. And I am so proud of you for being brave enough to ask for help that could not have been easy. And now you're safe. And you are probably the littlest German Shepherd I've ever seen, which makes you so unique and special. And I know right now it's hard to look at me and make eye contact, but just know that I love you and you are worth more than you know. We got a little eye movement there. She felt it. You're a good girl. You're loyal and you're kind and you're loving and you're deserving. And one day you're going to have a family who loves you and you're going to be able to give your love and loyalty in return. Good girl. Here you go. We're going to try just a little touch. Hi. Good girl. It's a good girl. Yeah. Good girl. Yeah, it's a good girl. Does that feel good? Huh? Does that feel good? Yeah. You want a treat? Huh? You want a treat? Yeah. Okay, we'll take a little break. She's processing a lot of information right there. And you can see like there's not an ounce of any fear turning into any reaction, like no teeth snarling or growling or anything like that. She just doesn't know what to do, right? She just hasn't probably ever been shown love before. And she might have been on the streets long enough to be feral. Not fully feral, but, you know, to start to regress to that. Over that even. Okay. That feels good though, doesn't it? Does that feel good a little bit? She's leaning into that a little bit. That's good. That's a good girl. You're a good girl. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a little trust here. Yeah. Does that feel good? Yeah, good girl. Yeah. Does that feel good? Okay. Can we get in there a little bit? There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, good girl. Take a little break, a little breather. Did we come with a name yet? We got to work on a name. Orange. What about, what's Home Depot's color? Orange? Home Depot does a lot of donations to animal shelters, like for helping them build stuff, so that's good. This is not a sponsored Home Depot post. They have like a slogan or a saying. You guys wouldn't know. You're not my Home Depot audience.
Yeah. Get it done.
That's not their slogan. Get it done. Maybe that should be though.
How doers get more done.
Well, that was pretty close.
I mean,
I get it done. How doers get. Sorry, it's fun. It is funny. I know it doesn't seem funny right now, but that was funny. She did not laugh at your joke. We don't have to do Home Depot. We don't have to name her after something at Home Depot.
I feel like we're trying to force it.
I'm like, thinking about like cedar or pine or oak, hammer, wrench.
How about Bobby?
It has nothing to do with Home Depot, and I think that's probably a good thing.
Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder?
Bobby the Builder. Bobby the Builder.
Okay, I like Bobby. It has nothing to do with Home Depot. I think.
It's a most place in her eyes.
Is she getting tired? A lot of dogs in this state, their fear is just so exhausting that when they do get into a comfortable state, they fall asleep, which is understandable. And so that's actually a good sign right there. She won't put her head down. It'd be really nice if she put her head down and relax a little bit. But, okay. So Bobby, let's try her new name, even though she's fallen asleep. Bobby, do you like that name? Is Bobby a good name? Hi, Bobby. Bobby, you're a good girl. Look at that. She's looking up. Bobby, you're a good girl. Good girl, Bobby. Sorry, did I move too fast, Bobby? I'm sorry. I'll take it slow. You want to check me out? I'll give you a little head rub again. You seem to like those, Bobby. You're a good girl. Yeah. Just a good girl. Yeah. Bobby, you're a good girl. Okay. Good, Bobby. Yeah. That's okay. A good girl. I think she likes her name. Okay, so now we're going to do a fun segment because I want to spend a little more time with her because sometimes it just takes time, You all have been sending mail, sneaky. You looked up the address of the shelter and you sent mail. Now, don't everyone go and send a bunch of mail because the shelter only has so much. They're not a post office box, right? But I did get some mail and I thought it'd be fun to open it and Bobby and I could read it to you guys. You have it?
Yes.
Okay. And you already checked some of these out.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. You are too much. What is this? We have a toy for you, Bobby. Let's get you your toy here. That's the most interaction I've seen her take. Let's see. Does it have a squeaky? Oh, what is that, Bobby? What is that, Bobby? Well, Bobby, thanks you. That's really cute because that's the most interest she's shown in anything. You like that? Is that is Lammy making you a little comfy? Here, look. It's a toy. Certainly she doesn't know what a toy is. It's funny because she liked it. She was getting excited about it. And that excitement just put her even more into shutdown. It's like when someone showers compliments on you. It's that feeling where you almost don't know how to take it. And that's what she's experiencing right now, I would imagine. Okay, we're gonna put it over here. Here, we'll put it right here in case you want to check it out. Although I'm going to move it so it's not looking at her. So we're going to have appropriate dog language altogether. Okay, good girl. I know, it's a lot, huh? It's a lot. It's heartbreaking to see a dog go through this because just in these moments, it's the first time she's ever been told she's a good girl. It's the first time she's ever received a toy or affection, like I would imagine. I could be wrong, but based off the signs, I doubt it. Okay, look at this. Oh, wow, look at this. Hold on, let me calm down. Oh, wow, look at this. This is amazing. Okay, I'm going to put these pictures up because there are pictures in here. It says, my name is Ava. I am 11 years old and I live in New Jersey. I love your videos. You're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you. I love your Sitting with Dogs sweatshirt. She's in the sweatshirt and I wear it every day. My twin sister and I help out at our local animal shelter. That is awesome, which is Animal Alliance in Lambertville. Shout out to Animal Alliance in New Jersey. They organize donations and drives and they're going to adoption events to help. And we even have some of the dogs make paintings so people can donate to own one. Unbelievable. We don't have a dog, but we're looking forward to adopting one. I made some art for Kobe, Flip, and Zoe. Awesome, thank you. And I would love if you could show the pieces of art in your next Sitting with Dogs video. Well, here we are. I hope you love the pieces of art and we'll share them. Ava, thank you. I hope I'm saying your name right too. Ava, this is unbelievable. Oh my goodness. This is cool. Kelly, look at this. Zoe. Oh, look at that. Zoe. And this means even so much more now that Zoe is no longer with us. Kobe. This is perfect. That captured Kobe's goofiness, definitely 100%. You see that? Bobby, what do you think? What do you think? She's looking at that, huh? Okay, and then Flip. Oh yeah, spot on. Thank you. That is so cool. Wow, I am blown away. Okay, I will say this. Please don't everyone send a bunch of mail to the shelter. I appreciate you guys so much, but I do not want to overwhelm the shelter. But look at this. Nancy said, I just found your channel. Can't stop watching. I'm in Chicago. I don't have a dog. I grew up with lots of them and love seeing dogs. You at the kennel so wonderful with animals. Thanks from the Midwest. Nancy, thank you. One of you hand wrote me a letter here, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Said, thank Rocky for me if you don't mind. Well, Brian, I got this, so thank you. I enjoy watching his videos when he asks for people to send toys. We had a video where we needed toys at the shelter. And by the way, now, because all of you guys sent toys, they have toys for like the next year. So thank you. Brian, thanks for sending this. And you rock. Okay. And then we have a lot of mail, huh? Guys, I can't read all of them, or we'll be in this Sitting with Dogs episode and Bobbi will kick me out of her kennel. But you guys are unbelievable. Holly sent me a letter, even drew a little wolf sign on here, and just wanted to share a remarkable story of the positive impact you made. Okay. Last weekend, someone came up to our front porch and turned our doorknob, but there was no knock on the door. Too late in the day to be the mailman, so it must be a solicitor, I thought. I turned to look out the window to see who it was, and I was shocked to see a 10-year-old barefoot child wearing pajamas walking up the street. Immediately, I knew the child was lost and had to get her to safety before anyone harmed her. I ran out of the house to follow the child and found her trying the doorknob of our neighbor. She was going to that house trying to get inside to a warm, safe place. Oh my goodness, this is wild. As I approached her, I didn't want to do anything to scare or alarm her. I thought to myself, what's the best way to approach her so that I don't scare her off? So I used some of the techniques that I learned by watching Rocky Kanaka on Sitting with Dogs. I approached her slowly and didn't touch her, didn't reach out for her or try to grab her. I just said hi and talked to her calmly. I sat down on the wall of the flower bed to be eye level with her. I told her she knocked on my door, so I came out to help her and we could find her parents. She couldn't or wouldn't tell me her name, but she quickly trusted me and was willing to let me help her. That's amazing. She came into my house. We called 911. Soon her father came looking for her and found her safe and warm in our home. So I want to thank you for sharing the good work you do with dogs. That's pretty wild. I mean, thank you. I get zero credit for that. You get all the credit. That is awesome. And I'm so glad you were able to help her. That's pretty cool. Mail time's fun, isn't it? Yeah. That was fun. Let me know if we should do more mail time. We'll have to figure out a way or something, set up maybe a postal box or something. Bobbi, what do you think? These are pretty sweet, huh? Can I pet you a little bit more? Okay. Hi. Check you out. Check me out. Okay. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Hi. You're a good girl. Does that feel good? You want over here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good girl. Good girl.
She seems to be okay with you petting her, though.
Yeah, she's definitely warmed up to that. And like, I would love to scoop her up and put her in my lap just to show her some comfort. I don't know if she's ready for that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
The thing is, I think it could help. If I get her out of this corner, I think it'll go a long way. Come here. Okay. Okay. It's okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, okay, okay. It's okay. It's okay. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Okay. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. You're a good girl, Bobbi. You're a good girl. Yeah. That's a good girl. Good girl. There we go. Yeah. Good girl, Bobbi. That's a good girl. Thanks for letting me do the scoop. Yeah. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Here. There we go. There we go. She's like, okay, I don't want to be all the way up in the lap, but I'm okay with this right here. Look at those eyes. Those are so cute eyes. Oh, this is a big step. I'm so proud of you. What you may about not be able to see in the video is just her shaking. Like just the shaking, and a lot of it's from the other dogs barking. She's shedding really bad. Like you just touch her and the hair comes out. It's like my shirt is now covered in dog hair, which is fine. You may have seen this before. I actually saw something really cute where someone said like a rich person will have designer labels on their clothing. A happy person will have dog hair, which is so true. Like, find me a piece of my clothing that doesn't have dog hair on it. All right, that's good. You may not have seen that, but she checked me out right there. She did a little sniff on my hand, and that's cool. Because when her sniffer's working, then that starts to open up. It's like when you take a deep breath, right? When you just deep breath in, it starts to just allow your brain to think. That's her deep breath, is that sniffing. All right. You see her coming out of her shell a little bit? Yeah. Hi, girl. Here, let's move that collar and get under there. Oh, does that feel good? Does that feel good? Yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You're making big steps. Okay, so here is the thing. She's gonna need our help. She is available for adoption. She's gonna need someone that will give her the freedom and the space to develop the curiosity to come out of her shell. And so what does that mean? Well, it means when you get her home, she's not going to be that dog that you dream of on day one. It's likely days, weeks, possibly months of letting her come to you, not giving her eye contact, or not like forcing your love on her, being okay if she's offended and doesn't take a meal that you make for her, and so on. And it's letting her come to you. That curiosity that she shows over time will lead to her wanting to know, like, what's going on? How do I be a part of what you're doing? If you have other dogs, that could be wonderful, because then she'll get to learn how to be a dog from those other dogs. But this is a dog that is clearly and almost not feral. She's not feral, but she doesn't know what being a dog is. She's been out and about for long enough. She doesn't have a collar, doesn't have a leash, but she will make a great dog. Like, there's something that the bond between a dog that you've brought out of this state, there is nothing like it. There is no dog that you can buy or friendship that you can have that will be more powerful than the understanding you have with a dog where you saved them and they saved you, right? That old saying. I need your help. I need you guys to share this. We have to get the word out about her, because she's gonna need this community, all of you guys, this awesome community, to help her find a home, because she ain't gonna find it on her own. She doesn't have a voice right now, and we need to be her voice. And I can't thank you guys enough for being that, and especially all of the people who have joined this channel and are members and are allowing us to do more and help more dogs. Thank you. I've seen a couple of you out now wearing merch, our shirts. Unbelievable. Like, all that dog hair. Bonus points if I see you in this merch and you have dog hair on it. But I'll link it on the video so you can get a shirt if you want. And thank you. Make sure you subscribe. I will keep the updates coming. We're doing Pupdate videos so that you know what happens with these dogs. And you can always follow along or adopt the dogs that I'm sitting with, like Bobbi. Just go to rockykanaka.com. Okay, you're a good girl. Love you. Good job. What a different dog. You're already doing so good. Nope. So, oh, there we go. There we go. Good girl, Bobbi.
Okay, but what happened to Bobbi? Well, I came back a couple days later because I couldn't stop thinking about Bobbi, and she was getting a lot of attention, but no adopters. And so I went live with her. I did a members only live because I was a little worried about how Bobbi was shut down, and I try to keep that in a safe environment. Everyone gets the updates, as you're getting the updates right now. But if you want to join and become a member, it helps contribute. It allows us to continue to do more for dogs, help more dogs, and you get to be a part of a really awesome dog rescue loving community. And a little perk is you're often the first to know. I do that because it's not always a happy story sometimes, or something changes, someone adopts and then returns the dog. So before I go wide with all the information, I update members. So if you want to become a member, I'd love to have you as a member. Just hit that join button. But let me play this little part right here where I'm going live and I actually find out that she's getting adopted right there in that moment. You've been adopted, baby girl. You've been adopted. You've been adopted. You're going home.
Is officially adopted.
You're adopted.
Her new mom came all the way from San Diego with her dog to do a meet and greet.
What? That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so get this. Martha came all the way from San Diego to this shelter. So it's like a 2-hour drive. Said, whatever, I'm getting in the car, I'm going to do this. Martha's not on social media. But she saw our video because she was going to type something into her search engine like Google or DuckDuckGo, I don't know, whatever search engine she uses. And the video pops up. It's like one of the first pieces of news in her video feed. And that happens because all of you like the video, share the video, comment on the video. So the algorithm goes, hey, we should show this to more people. And Bobbi found her way to Martha. And Martha said, I'm gonna drive, I don't care how long it takes, to go get Bobbi and make her a part of our family. Yes, adopted. But here's the thing though, we didn't know if it was gonna happen, if it was gonna work. We heard news that someone was coming, but she wanted to do a meet and greet with her dog Nipsey just to make sure it worked out, which I always recommend. And it went off without a hitch. So Bobbi is officially adopted. This next dog, this Great Dane, whoa, wow, got me right in the heart. He was so sweet. I had to go in and sit down with him and just find out his whole story. And after the video aired, a lot of people noticed he was no longer available at the shelter and everyone was really worried. So let me give you an update on him, but first, his story.
Look at his paws. They're giant, and he should be giant. He's so underweight. I mean, the biggest thing on this guy are those sad eyes. And his story's still unfolding, but just wait until you hear this. It's wild. And here's a little preview of him standing up to just show how bad he is. Because he just like curls up in the corner and makes himself so small, which based off what I'm hearing about his story makes sense. Let's go in and sit down with this real life Scooby-Doo.
Oh, you're so big. Hi. Can I just go right here with you? Wow, you are a big dog. In a good way. I'm just going to go really slow. There's already interest, which is good. This dog is rightfully... It's just, oh, you smell the treats in my pocket already. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's start with a treat. I bet we can get somewhere pretty quickly here with this. Hi, especially because you look so hungry. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? I mean, I don't think you can see it yet. I'm going to show you here in a second something that is just wild. That is really good that she or he, I think, from the collar. We'll find out here in a minute. But yeah, look at him licking his lips. Okay, I will tell you this. His name is Scooby. I mean, could you have a better name for this dog? I don't think so. We'll see in a minute here if he knows his name. You want some snacks? Some Scooby snacks? Get it? Yeah, it's funny. Hi. I'm trying to keep the humor light here because his situation is really sad. You can just see by looking at him. Alexis is outside, so we'll call her in a minute and get the full story. Hi. I'm going to go ahead and sit down. He didn't seem to mind that. Hi. Can I just sit right here? We're going to go slow. He seems pretty friendly right out of the gate. A lot of times, even if the dog's friendly, and I know it's hard, trust me, let's try to hand him a treat. Okay, wow, he's got a big jumper. I know it's hard when you're watching to go, why don't you just pet that dog? And you think that's hard. Try being here and not petting that dog. It's really hard. The reason I don't pet that dog right away, even though I want to so badly, even if the dog wants that so badly, I want the dog's curiosity to be high. I want them to come to me. I don't want them to feel the pressure of me wanting to pet them. Like, that's my goal. I want to pet them. That's not their goal. That's not what they want right out of the gate. Okay, let's try an open hand. See what he does. You see, when I came at him with the treat, he was less interested. When I started to pull away with the treat, then he was interested. So that's why I don't make eye contact right away. I don't pet right away. But he is, you can tell he is so hungry. Since we know his name, let's see if he knows it. Scooby. Scooby. Scooby, do you want a treat? Yeah, he knows. You see that little move? Yep. Look. He's looking at me. I'm going to give him a treat over here to see if I can get him to look at you. Look at this face. Look at those ears. Oh my goodness. How do you not fall in love with ears like that? Were you trying to get adopted, buddy? What's going on here? How are you just packing all that cuteness into that giant frame? It's not lost on me that he's so big but so small. Like, he's making himself small. You can tell he's hungry. And so his frame is big, but his body is small. And that hurts. And it's always this moment right here. I call it the 2-minute drop. I don't know where it actually lands, but when I sit with a dog that's been through it and you can just tell and you just know and you feel it in your heart and they express it to you, that you just want to be so angry at the world. But you shake it off. You have to shake it off because that's not fair to him. I came in here to show him love and let him know it's going to be okay. But I definitely get the chills. Look at that. Oh. You feel it. You can't not feel it when you're in the presence of a giant dog like this that has physically has signs that he's been through it. This is good when I'm going to keep talking. This is good when he investigates me. And look at that guy. look at him. Look at that. He looks so grand, doesn't he? He looks like almost like a gargoyle statue that you'd see like in front of a really rich person's house or a castle. Hi. You looking for more of the T word? I don't have any more, bud. But you can check me out. It's really good when he investigates me. Yeah, he thinks there's more in my pocket. Oh, there might be another one in my pocket. I'm going to check. I want to keep it in case I need it here in a minute. I come in equipped into a kennel with a couple different things. One is a lead, especially when a big dog, because if that dog gets overexcited or scared and I need to use the lead to help control the situation, I have it. Sometimes people say, well, the dog knows they can sense that lead and they're scared of that lead or that rope. I haven't ever really seen that or witnessed, and I really pay attention to dogs' body languages, and I don't really see that much. If and when I can, I'll take it off just in case, but I've never really witnessed that. And another thing I do when I sit here and I talk to all of you, I do it for a reason. Not to hear myself talk, that's certainly not the case, but I do it so that the dog realizes they're not the center of attention, and because it takes a lot of pressure off of them when they realize they're not the focus. And I think that's really good in that initial relationship. They're just part of the conversation, which is good. It's why one of my favorite things at shelters are reading programs. You can go volunteer at a shelter to read to a dog. They'll have, like, for example, Animal Friends of the Valleys, the shelter that I'm at right now, they'll have a reading program where every Wednesday, I don't know if it's every Wednesday, check with them and or your local shelter, but I think at like 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., little kiddos and other people that want to come in and read, they'll bring a book and they'll read to the dogs outside of the kennels. And I think that's really great. It means a lot, I think, to them and to the dog. Is he 100% Great Dane or some mix of something? I can't tell. My Great Dane experts, what do you think? Do you think he's 100% Great Dane, and because he's so emaciated, he just looks like he might be partially another breed? He almost looks kind of greyhound, but I think it's just because he's so malnourished. Like, you shouldn't be able to see the curves of a Great Dane's body like that. Let's give him a little affection, and then I'm going to call Alexis and we're going to find out his story. But I think he is really looking for some pets. After we find out the story, we'll give him some positive affirmations and just let him know what a good boy he is. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna pull that other treat stick out that he's been sniffing at. Okay, that's a good boy. Now I'm gonna try my paw treat trick where I just put my hand on the paw there. So that's good. That's a good sign. The dog's paws are really sensitive, and so if I distract with a treat and I touch their paw and there's not flinching there, that's a good thing. He's got really pretty coloring, and he's got like these white paws. And his coloring is kind of muted. Oh, you got a little chompy chomp there. That's all you have, bud. Yeah, but he seems okay with affection. Let's try. Oh, hi. Hi. I am so sorry. Oh. We gotta find out his story. I'm gonna call Alexis and get his story, see what's going on here. Alexis has access to the internal system at the shelter, so she can look up this information. Hey, are you in a spot where you can jump on the computer and we can we can figure out Scooby's story?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, pulling it up right now.
Okay, awesome. I don't know if you've seen this guy, but I'm sitting closer to him and he doesn't seem to mind me looking at him, but he is so emaciated and he's just like scarfing the treats down. He's absolutely hungry.
Yeah, definitely.
How old is he?
Got a history.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But firstly, I'll let you know, he is 5.5 years old.
5.5. I could see that. I'd say he's middle-aged. You know, Great Danes, guys, they don't have the longest life expectancy like a lot of big dogs. But he's middle-aged. He's so handsome. Okay, yeah, boy. Do we have so we have a microchip on him?
He does have a microchip, but obviously he's here, so...
Right. So he's owner known right now?
No, he is actually adoption available.
Oh, he is. Okay. What happens at the shelter, guys, is when they're owner known, and this varies by shelter, but when they're owner known, the hold is typically longer because they want to try to reunite the dog with the owner, figure out a solution, provide aid, whatever they can do to help reunite that family. If the owner's unknown, it's 5 days because you just can't hold a dog that long. You want to get them adopted. But he's owner known and available for adoption. So what, Alexis, that means the owner said we don't want him?
So he's got, like I said, a lot of history on him.
Okay.
Scooby, actually, we have notes dating back to 2022.
Back to 2022?
Yes. In 2022, he was left in night drop, marked as an owner turn in.
Do we even have night drop big enough for this guy?
Yeah, he was just there overnight, but
I'll show you guys. I'll put it on the screen here, some video of night drop. I guess the kennels are pretty big, but I just never thought could they? I mean, they're definitely not built to fit Great Danes.
Yeah, it's still a little bit of a tight squeeze for him.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm jumping around a little bit here, but let me interrupt because there's a lot of information. Are there notes why he was brought in the first time?
Yes, it's a little bit hard to get the details as to exactly what it was.
Okay.
But basically, they were apparently very, according to the shelter, very fixable and manageable situations that, the owner could handle. Once they talked about it more, the owner then decided, you know what, you guys are right, and then came to pick the dog back up.
It's almost like he's sad hearing this story. He so sad. Okay. I'm glad they came to pick him up, but what, they changed their mind again?
I guess the owner is moving to Mexico, so they brought him back in. But I know that there have been rumors floating around. I'm not sure if you want to go over that.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what they were talking about when they said there was like a whole stack of paperwork or something. I didn't hear the whole story, but the part that I did hear, and I don't know if I wanted to believe this. By the way, these are just rumors. This is just hearsay. At a certain point, he was brought in because the mom threatened the kids that if they didn't feed him, that she was going to come just turn him into the shelter. And they didn't, and so she brought him to the shelter. Now, what I don't know is, was that like a punishment to the kids because they weren't feeding the dog, or was she saying, hey, I'm trying to keep this dog's best interest in mind. You're in charge of taking care of the dog and you're not feeding him, or he's not gaining weight or something, so we got to take him in to get help? I don't know. Does it have anything about that in the notes?
No. I'm giving you as much as I can that they have written down in the notes. The only other thing that's in here is that apparently, owner said dog was sick with stomach problems, which is why he is so skinny and still could be sick, and that they did bring Scooby to the vet multiple times and kept them up to date on everything.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Hold on. She's right outside. Let me ask her a question. Hold on. Hi. Okay. So I got a little more of the story. Everything that Alexa said was correct in the system. Hi. I should have brought a treat with me, huh? Sorry. I'll get some here in just a second. I guess there's like a whole stack of medical records at the vet. And so I think what we can do is we can call the vet and try to get those medical records. I don't know if we'll get them. They may not be willing to release them. We don't know. Apparently, there might have been some budget issues on having enough money to feed a Great Dane. Because look, it's a Great Dane. And Great Danes they're not the dog where you can just pour out a bag of kibble and hope that it all works out, right? They need a lot of care and work and balance. Great Danes, because they grow so fast and they're such They're on such an accelerated rate of life that they just have tendencies to not have more medical issues. Well, they can have more medical issues, but need more focus in their diet. One, it breaks my heart that someone either didn't have the resources or didn't have the desire to figure this out and help this dog that is clearly in need. But with all the empathy in the world and no judgment, I am glad he's here now, because now we can figure out a way to help him. And that's the good thing. He is safe, and he's in a place where there are a lot of people that want to see him succeed, and we can figure that out. It's going to be focus on diet, right? That would be the first step. You got to get him to a vet if you adopt him. Just make sure he's okay. See what the vet recommends as far as a path to health. I don't know, but I do know this. We're here for him. So let's show him some love and affection. Let's give him some positive affirmations. This is the part of the videos, if you've ever watched, where I just take a moment and I just tell him how important he is and how loved he is. Let's see. And I try to do this scoop where I get him in my lap. I don't know if I can get this guy in my lap, but oh, you see that? Do you see him? Oh, hi, buddy. Oh, he must have seen my videos. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hi. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy, Scooby. Oh, Scooby, I am sorry, buddy. Whatever you've been through, you do not deserve this. And I'll tell you this. I know you're probably hungry and you feel unbalanced. You know that feeling? You know that feeling when you just don't feel good? You're not eating right and you just feel like crud? That's probably what he feels like right now. Hi. We are going to figure out a way to unlock that and get the food in your belly and get the calories on you and help you feel strong and healthy. Yes. Now, I've never worked with or fed a Great Dane before, and I know there's a lot that goes into it. And if you're a Great Dane owner or previous owner, please leave comments down below. Tell me what you think, because they're such a special, unique breed. Hi, you're a good boy. Listen, whatever you've been through, I'm sorry. It seems like you had some people that were trying. Oh, is that a sensitive spot? I'm sorry. That cared, that loved you, but just couldn't figure it out. And we're going to figure it out from here. Whatever fail happened to you, we're not going to let that happen now. Look, this little bump on his head should not be here. Like, you should not be able to see that like that. And that's just from lack of nutrition. And he's going to need a lot of healthy, delicious food. Hi, we're going to fill your belly and we're going to fill your heart. Hi, he also hasn't had a bath in a long time. Like, he's so grimy when you touch him. Hi. But look, it's almost like he's smiling because that love feels so good. Hi, bud. Hi. You'll come up here in my lap? Come here. Come here. Okay, we'll do like an attempted scoop. Hi, there you go. There you go. Hi, buddy. Hi, let's get you some love, man. Let's get you some love and let's get you some food. Hey, Kelly, can you bring me some more treats? I want to just load him up with some treats here. He loves these things. And I love him. Hi, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. You deserve some treats. Hi. Here, come on in here. Come on in here. Come meet this guy. Come here. Come here. Look, here, sit down right here. Can you squeeze in there? Just give him that whole treat stick.
Hey, buddy.
What's funny is that's an entire treat stick, and that's about, like, size-wise, that would just be like a normal, treat about that size for a normal dog. I mean, it's gone already. Oh, look at this.
The whole thing in his mouth in one bite.
He's so cute, huh? But doesn't he look like there's some other kind of breed in him?
Yeah, but just his pure size.
I think it's just because he's so skinny, it makes him look like another breed almost.
Well, yeah, I feel like Great Danes typically have, like, more droopy jowls that he doesn't really have.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's pretty amazing.
Hi.
But what I'll have to show everyone, or you can kind of see it now, I'll try to get him to walk in a minute, but you can see his spine. Like, that's so hard to see. I don't have any treats.
When he sits up, you can kind of see the indentation in his chest.
Yeah. What an amazing dog. Like, just energy level, and like you can tell he just is a dog that wants to please and be loyal. But look how he like sits like a little puppy on my lap.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
Hi, bud.
Hi.
He has such a long snout.
Yeah.
Like, if you just get his side profile.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's so loving, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
So one of the things that they told me too, and again, we don't have this in notes, this is hearsay, but that the family that had him was an English-speaking family. When he came in this last time, it was a Spanish-speaking family.
Yeah, so he's probably been tossed around.
I think what happened is maybe someone tried to rehome. I think someone tried to rehome him. I think he's a very loved dog, and he has been a very loved dog. I just think they were struggling financially or with how to help.
He's like, you don't have treats.
Yeah. Why would I come over to you?
Come here. Has he gotten up? Have you been able to see his little body?
No. I'm going to try to walk him and get him up here in a minute. I've just been taking it really slow with him, but he's so loving now. I just don't want him to regress because he's definitely, scared and taken back. He probably, if you eat too much fast food too many times in a row and you just feel like crud. I bet that's what he feels like right now. One of the reasons he's probably just so tired and like low energy.
Yeah, can you see the indentation on his chest?
Yeah, like that shouldn't be so indented right there. I'm going to try to get his vet records. I don't know if it'll be possible, but I'm going to see what magic we can work.
Well, and his sheet says he's between 50 and 75 pounds.
Oh.
That is wild. I mean, he should be at least twice that.
Yeah, guys, if you meet a Great Dane under 100 pounds, there's something wrong with that Great Dane. I mean, I'm no Great Dane expert. I'm going to be interested to see what everyone's saying in the comments and the feedback we get. I'm not a Great Dane expert because they are such a breed. You have to be knowledgeable and you really have to like study or experience this breed firsthand to know all of the ins and outs. I would imagine he's fine around kids, other dogs. I'm just guessing. Obviously, if you have other dogs come in, do a meet and greet. Little kids could always be a problem because it just knock them over. We have a big dog. We know how that works. We have to separate him often because he's just, ours is blind.
So there's that.
And here's the hardest thing. It's not going to be easy to get him adopted. Not anyone can just take a Great Dane. But if you can take a chance on a guy like this, you can tell he's such a loving guy that you would just have the most amazing dog and the most amazing bond. Let me get him to walk around. Here, let's see. Oh, good. Okay, good boy. Oh, no. Yeah, that hurts. Oh, I'm so sorry, bub. I'm so sorry. But, oh my goodness, I didn't realize how tall you are, too. He's so tall. Here, stand next to him. Yeah, look how big he is next to you. That is wild. Like, he's so big.
Scooby.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah, when you see him next to you, you can see just how big he is.
He would definitely be taller than me on his hind feet, for sure. Like,
he's almost taller than you just standing that way. Yeah. Wow. That is wild. Even as big as he is, he still looks so skinny.
and he should weigh more than me, but currently I weigh more than him. So we...
No comment.
Okay, so I took a picture of him standing outside.
Yeah.
And you know how on your iPhone, if you scroll up, it like looks up what the thinks the breed is.
Oh, okay, what's it say?
A black-mouthed cur and a Rhodesian Ridgeback, which I feel like maybe it just saw the Rhodesian Ridgeback because of his spine.
Yeah, it's even throwing iPhone off.
But that looks like him. The black-mouthed
Yeah, cur. Yeah, it does. Maybe Dane and cur.
Because his snout looks like that.
Yeah.
The Great Danes have much more jowly, droopy.
That's true. That's true.
So.
I bet a black-mouthed cur for sure. I don't know. I throw it out to you guys. What do you guys think? Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, what do you think? Do you think this is something where the family just didn't care, neglected him, brought him to the shelter, they could care less? Or do you think this is something where they tried really hard and they just couldn't figure it out, or they didn't have the money and they brought him here thinking this is the best chance he had at making it? I don't know. There's a lot of kind of hearsay and things I'm hearing through the grapevine that I don't like, but I don't know what you think. I want to see if Scooby knows any any tricks. Can you sit? Scooby, can you sit? Scooby, sit. 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 Oh yeah, good boy. Scooby knows some tricks. Good boy, Scooby. Can you lay down? Can you lay down? No, okay, we're not there yet. It's hard to get him to lay down too because the space is so small. It's not a small space. He makes it seem small. Can you sit? Can you sit, Scooby? Sit. 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 Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of fear there. I don't want that. I just want him to enjoy some treats, you know? With him being as hungry too, like his food bowl is empty. Sorry, buddy. Here, I'll throw a treat in there so that wasn't completely a jerk move. There you go. His bowl is empty. And I know a couple times I've worked with dogs like this that are emaciated, and the comments say things like, why don't you feed him? Like, you see he's hungry, get food in there. So he's absolutely getting meals. In fact, he's getting meals on a regular basis, small meals. With an emaciated dog, you can't just feed them. Oh, he found my little treat that was hiding over there. He's good. With an emaciated dog, you can't just feed them just as much food as they want because it'll cause a lot of problems. Especially with Great Danes, they can have issues with bloating. Any dog can, but big breed dogs for sure. He does always have access to water. Sometimes when I come in here, I remove the water for a little bit, just in case it's a scared dog. They'll jump in it, they'll panic, that'll create more panic, but he doesn't seem to have that issue. I think I'm about to get slobbered on big time. Oh no. Oh, here it comes. This is gonna be slobber time. Here it comes. Okay, that's good. I thought he was gonna come right to me. Oh, he's just gonna get the camera? Come here, buddy, over here. He's clearly in need of love and a family that will show him love. And he's heartbroken and he's hungry. And here's how you can help. He's gonna need a home. He's gonna need a family. And you can adopt him. And if you can't adopt him, one way you can make a big difference is by sharing this. Because you never know when your share is gonna be the share that leads to his forever home. And I see it again and again where someone comes in and goes, I saw your video, I hadn't seen it before. Or recently, I saw it on trending. We were number 2 on trending with Bobbi, which is great because it helps get her awareness. I don't care that we're trending as like a YouTube creator. What's really neat is that she got attention. The person that adopted Bobbi hadn't ever seen our channel before, but she saw it on trending, and that's what led her to Bobbi. And it's because all of you are liking and sharing and commenting, and it just means the world to me that I'm with a group of such amazing dog rescue lovers like you. So make sure you subscribe. If you want to be a bigger part of this, you can become a member. It's a really cool community, and you get special perks like first release videos. You're the first to know about dogs when they get adopted, if they return, all the information. So I'd love to have you become a member. You just hit that join button. But above all else, just send love to Scooby. Hi, buddy. Hi, Scooby. Like, your face is so big. Oh, by the way, let me just mention here, because you may not have heard about this, but I actually launched coffee. It's called Flips Coffee, and it coincides with my dog rehabilitation rescue center on my farm called Flips Farm. And it's after my late dog, Flip, my boxer, my guy who went through rescue with me and helped me rehabilitate dogs. He quite literally saved my life when I was having a stroke, and he let me know I was having it before I knew. Like, the most amazing dog. And now his spirit lives on, and we're going to continue to rehabilitate dogs. So when you purchase Flip Coffee, it goes to help in those efforts. And let me tell you about the coffee. It's the best coffee in the world. Obviously, I'm a little biased, but we spent years and years and years growing coffee on our farm, testing coffee, working on the roasting profiles to get this coffee just right for you. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of great coffees out there. This one's the best. But if all's the same, why not drink your coffee with some purpose, right? That's what Flip Coffee is. I will attach it right here to the video so you can get it, or just go to flipcoffee.com and order some coffee and let me know what you think.
So the video goes out. A lot of y'all looked up Scooby and said, I want to take care of him, and he wasn't on the shelter's website. A lot of shelters across the nation, if the dog's no longer there, it's usually a bad thing. Or it could be the dog got adopted, but He was just gone. There were no notes on him. And we were trying to update as fast as we could in real time. Remember, I do not own the shelter or run the shelter, so I am often finding out information in real time like you are. Well, it's actually a good thing. Pet Haven was able to pull him because he was a special case. He needed a lot of care and love, and they could give that to him. Because rescues will often pull from shelters because they just have more resources, more donations, and they can help dogs specifically, like Scooby, who is emaciated and might have had some issues. They could give him the extra care and love that he needs. Haven Pet Center's director, Katie, said this about Scooby. During his stay with Haven Pet Center, he charmed everyone with his sweet nature. Totally see that. Scooby was a social butterfly, soaking up all the love and attention from our volunteers and staff. No surprise there. All right, so Scooby is at Pet Haven, and there is an individual named Heidi who's watching our video because her mom shared it with her. She actually said this. She said, when I saw Scooby, it was heartbreaking, and I thought, I have the financial means, Dane experience, and a good home where he'd have all the love and food he deserves. But she was momentarily discouraged because she couldn't find Scooby. But she went to our website. Just go to rockykanaka.com. You can find updates in real time about all the dogs, and she found out he was at Haven Pet Center.
This is my darling Scooby. He's a sweet, happy boy. He's always so curious. I found out about him through sheer luck. I had grown up with Great Danes and had lost my Great Dane in 2019, so I watched the video and was just heartbroken because he's such an absolute sweetheart. And I figured, hey, he's probably not even in my state, but, if there's anything I can do to help, I wanted to. So I looked him up, and it turned out he was only a couple of counties away. So I called my boss the next day and asked if I could take a personal day, and he was very cool, like, my boss is awesome, and let me go drive down there and meet him. So I picked him up, and he was a perfect little angel on the 2.5-hour car ride home. He was super nervous. My mom sat in the back with him, comforting him. And once I got him back, he was nervous until he saw me opening up the front door to a home, and then he just started wagging. He was so happy. It's taken him a little bit of time to get comfy, but now he's super comfy. He's such a curious boy. He investigates everything, and he's a super big snacks hound, so Scooby's a good name for him. I'm so eternally grateful to Rocky Kanaka and Pet Haven and everybody who helped save this amazing boy's life. He's just such an absolute angel.
Scooby is now adopted. Yeah! Makes me so happy. His mom says now getting to know him, he's such a bright and resilient boy. Even after everything he's been through, his charisma shines through. He spends a lot of his time hanging out in the front yard, just being the social butterfly he is, watching everything that's going on in the neighborhood. And he's a little rascal. He stole the fuzzy blanket off of her bed and made that his own blanket. Heidi says, I can't imagine how any dog could be sweeter than my boy Scooby, and his curious nature is just such a light in my life. A big, awesome ending for a big dog with a big heart. Makes me so happy. Oh, but what about Albert, the opposite size of a Great Dane, this little guy that was so scared. When I stepped into the kennel, I just felt it in my heart. My foot was bigger than he was, and he was just terrified.
There's something about the little ones when they're scared. It just stops me in my tracks. I'll tell you though, there's a moment towards the end of this video where he starts to come around, and it might be one of my favorite moments yet. Okay, let's go in and see if we can show him a little comfort.
Hi, can I come in? Let's go around you. It's okay. We'll go real slow. Sorry, my foot's so big. It's okay. Here, I'm gonna go over here. I'm over here. You're okay. I'm over here. The kennel shut is always so loud. Okay. Normally I try not to take their blanket, but I think I still want to put down my own blanket. Let me grab one. Let me get this little one set up first. Now, I never want to take anything from the dog because they have so little. And I don't know how long this little one's been here. Probably not very long. I'm going to move this over here, Munchkin. And I'm going to sit as far away as I can from you. Okay. The first thing I want to do in the space is just get this little one comfortable with me in here. They're obviously not, but start working towards that. Turn away. It's really hard, I think, when you see a little dog like this in this state because they are so small. I mean, most dogs are smaller than us, but it just highlights the frailty of dogs and how much they depend on us and how much they don't have a voice. And the first thing that I want to do when I come in here, and if you're watching this video, you probably want to do too, is pick up the dog. Like, just grab the dog. The reason you don't see me sitting with small dogs as much is because they get adopted faster, typically. But that's not the case right now. For some reason, the shelter is full of small dogs. And so I'm jumping in to help where I can. And no matter what, this little dog right here is just less likely to get adopted because you want a happy, fun-loving dog. You see a dog in this state, people just pass these dogs by. You might not because you're an avid dog lover, but people that have never had a dog before, they may not know that or see that or feel that. They'll just pass the dog by and then the dog won't get adopted. And then they'll continue to just spin, and the cycle starts, right? Where they're scared, they don't get adopted, they become more fearful of people, they disappear farther into the back of the kennel, their behavior starts to regress. It just cycles in the wrong direction, spins out of control. Oh, but why I'm not picking up this little munchkin. It's kind of like this. If you've ever been pushed around by somebody bigger than you, it doesn't feel good. I think sometimes we forget with little dogs, we come in and we scoop them up or we move them around. And I've done this. This is something I've learned over the years. I think my little kiddos have helped a lot with this. You really have to respect their size. Coming from a 6'4", 200 and something pound person, I have to respect sizes, especially with dogs, right? They don't know they're little. The Great Danes think they're the Chihuahuas and the Chihuahuas think they're the Great Danes. If you look really closely, this little one is giving me eye contact. It's like little nuggets of side eye contact. We're going to go in for a treat to just start seeing if we can loosen up this relationship a little bit. We're going to go in for a treat, just a little treat. I'm hoping this one wants treats. Or a girl, boy, I think, based off the blue collar, but sometimes it's wrong. Sometimes the intake team just grabs whatever collar they can because they're in a hurry or they're out. But based off his fear state, I'd say he's unlikely to take treats from me. But if I can get him to, it'll help a lot. Like, treats are the gateway to friendship. But I don't know if you can see it in this video. His little back leg is just shaking. It's like a salt shaker right now, you know? Oh, breaks my heart. I'm going to try to put a treat a little closer to him. I mentioned this in some of my videos, but I think it's important to note that I sound, you can kind of hear the AI sometimes on the microphone, and that's because the volume of all of the dogs barking in the shelter is often overwhelming. Some shelters you go into, also the smell. Here they do great cleaning, and that's just not the case most of the time. I mean, sometimes if a dog just peed, it's going to smell like pee. But, the noise is hard. It's hard. And it just stresses everyone out. Dogs, people, cats. And they separate that as much as they can. They dampen it as much as they can. But it just makes it hard. So the reason I sound funny is we put AI over this so you can hear my voice and not the barking. So you can watch the videos with your dog. And it's sad sometimes. You hear dogs crying. And a lot of times people say, well, why don't you help that dog? I want to help all the dogs. I'll give you an idea of the volume of this shelter. Last year alone, they had some 12,000 pets come through here. There's a lot. It's hard to get to all of them. But the cool thing is together we're making an impact on one at a time. And it matters. It does matter. I don't think we're treat motivated or the fear is just too big of a hurdle to get over right now. You can see, especially with that tucked tail and that shaking. Can I hand you this dog bed?
Of course.
I might get it back from you here in a minute, but I'm just clear it a little bit. We've got to get this dog out of this state a little bit. So we're going to try a couple different things because I think I could sit here for 8 hours and I don't think he's going to move. He's frozen in fear.
it's well known that dogs typically have a fight or flight response, but I think that's so limiting in its kind of definition, because there's also, there are others, but freeze is just as great. And the trouble with freeze is it's hard to move past anything. So let's see. We'll try a little affection. It could go a long way. We'll see how he reacts to it. He may not like that affection. I'm going to look away a little bit. Just a little touch. Some dogs like scratches on their head. Some like scratches on their bum. Some like scratches everywhere. So finding that spot that might be comforting or at least agitating is helpful. I do think, though, we're going to see a really neat transformation. Like I believe, and I come in not setting that as the expectation, because I'm going to let him move at his pace. Okay, so that's good. Little dogs, like people ask me if I ever have a dog bite. I've had dog bites, certainly. And it's why I move so slow. So you're like, just pet that dog. That dog wants to be pet. Oh, I've done that before, and that dog does not want to be pet. So I go fairly slow. But with little dogs, they're the biters. And so right there, the fact that he's not showing teeth or lashing out may not mean he's comfortable with it, but he's okay. He's not angry about it. Hi, little guy. Little guy. Does that feel good? Hey, that doesn't feel so bad, huh? Hi, just okay. That's pretty good, huh? And it's just little bits at a time, It's kind of, okay, a little bit of scratches, back away, let him process that. Okay, that was okay. No harm came to me. Kind of felt good. In fact, I wouldn't mind another, please. Maybe not the please, but he's a very wiry haired dog. It's fun when dogs are velvety, soft and stuff, but it's also fun when they've got that wiry, dog hair. We got a lot more eye movement, just him processing things, which is good. He's still showing the white of his eyes, which just is fair. I think a little head rub could go a long way. So let's see if we can. Did that feel good? Okay, that's the spot, huh? Okay, he's a head scratcher, not a bum scratcher. Look at that. It's almost like he's looking at the camera like, do they see me? Is anyone looking? It feels good. I don't want to admit it, but it feels good. It feels good. He's a good dog. He's got cute hair, doesn't he? Here, we'll give him a head scratch one more time, and I'll give him a little mohawk on the way out. I love how he's like watching in the camera. Oh, yeah. Okay. It feel good? Feel good? Little mohawk. Yeah, cool, dude. I've been putting treats in front of him. I'm going to try to hand him a treat. Sometimes that changes the dynamics just a little bit. No. Oh. You're breaking my heart, bud. I just want you to be able to relax enough to enjoy a treat. He's not eating any of his food. I'm sure it's just stress, obviously. Hadn't touched his water. I do, in the time that I'm in here, push it a little bit because the stakes are just so high. Like if we can get him to break out of this, and he's more likely to get adopted, it could be life-saving. But look at those eyes. I mean, what like the ideal dog? If you're looking for a small dog, I mean, he looks like he should be in a commercial, like a stock photo. You want to star in a dog food commercial, buddy? You can star in my dog treat commercial, although you need to probably eat the treats. You need another head scratch? I bet he probably likes a little neck scratch right here too. We'll try. He's hugging that wall, and that is what just gets me when they hug that wall. When that's a cold, hard wall is their safety zone. That's what I want to get him out of. So let's try the neck here. The neck's tough. You got to get the right spot. So if you can get that right spot, that back leg will go from shaking to thumping. We are making some progress. It may seem small, but it's big progress. But I tell you what, here in a minute, we're going to get his story from Alexis. I wonder if there's not something to his story that gives us a little more details as to why he's in here and so scared.
And then we're going to tell him what a good dog is and give him some positive affirmations to break him out of this. I suspect that by the end of this video, and again, it doesn't have to happen, but I suspect by the end of this video, we're going to be able to do the scoop. Would you rather scoop him up, give him some love, if they want it? How old is he?
So he's only about a year old. He's very young.
Yeah, you can tell he's a puppy. You know, small dogs, their puppyhood can last longer. And he's still a year for him, he's still such a puppy. Especially because, these kind of dogs, don't know exactly, but like if he lived 15 to 18 years, would not be a surprise. Okay, year old. Do we microchip?
There is no microchip and no collar.
Ah, man. Okay. What, if anything, do we know?
So the way he was found was by a Good Samaritan. He was found running near Albertsons, just around by himself alone. They're thinking he's possibly from one of the apartments close by. But they did know he was shivering a lot.
So, found at Albertsons. I always wonder in those situations if, because I've seen this before, if someone dumped him at Albertsons because they wanted him to be in a crowded area so someone would find him, and they just, boom, right outside the car, or put him in front of the grocery store. Or if he was so hungry and scared and going to a crowded area and trying to find help. I don't know. Either way, it's heartbreaking. I mean, imagine seeing this guy running around at Albertsons or Kroger or Ralph's or H-E-B, whatever grocery store you shop at. You could just imagine seeing this little dog and going, I want to help. I don't know. It could be dumped because it didn't have a collar or a microchip. Most little dogs like this would have a little collar or a microchip or something. Sometimes people try to sell puppies too if they're short on cash, and they'll do it in a crowded area like a grocery store, and they can't get it. They just want the dog.
Also, it is springtime, so that means there's even more little dogs and puppies running around right now in and out of shelters, so that doesn't help.
What Alexis means by that is, so in springtime, there's a lot of seasonality to shelters and dog rescues, and so you just get more puppies in the spring. It creates overcrowding with shelters. So when people try to go return dogs to shelters, or they call rescues or shelters, those rescues or shelters go, hey, we're full. And then people feel like they have no options left, and then they dump the dog. Obviously, jerks, don't do that. But I have empathy for someone who is in a situation and doesn't know what to do, and is making phone calls and is trying to do the right thing and feels like they have no options left, and then doesn't know where to go from there. But I hope videos like this allow that person to fight a little bit harder, try to find options, because, you see the state that a dog like this is in, and you go, you know what? Okay, I'm going to keep trying, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Just what this guy's little psyche is having to go through emotionally and physically. And I think I'm going to try to scratch him a little bit, but I think, he's not too skinny. I thought maybe he had skinny hips, but we'll try in a minute. We'll see if he'll get up. I don't think he's going to get up and run around for us, but he doesn't seem in bad condition. And that's the other thing. He could have just got away from someone's apartment or jumped out of their car. And it's why it's so important to microchip. I sound like a PSA, but it's so important. It helps. Microchip will have all the information. So when he comes into the shelter, they can scan and get the info and call you.
This is his third day here now. So he's almost out of his stray holding period.
At this shelter, 5 days stray hold. Since the owner is unknown, it gives the family 5 days to come find him. It wouldn't surprise me if they still came. Maybe they're calling, vet offices and shelters and rescues, I hope. And by the time we put this video out, it takes me a couple days. He'll be available for adoption. But hopefully, if you follow the link, it says return to owner. Hopefully. But I suspect he will need a home. But were you trying to go in and get a snack at the grocery store? I have treats for you right here. If he was trying to go get a snack, what do you think he was trying to get? If I was a dog, I'd be trying to get cheese, I think. Peanut butter.
The beef jerky.
Oh, yeah, beef jerky, maybe. He's not less or more comfortable with me sitting here. No, that's not true. He is more comfortable with me sitting here. Because you saw when I first stepped in, I'll play that where my foot stepped down. It was just like, oh, how do I get away? And where can I go? And now he's not doing that. So that is small progress. That's what we need. We just need little bits. I just need that crack in the door where I can get my foot in there and go, hey, I love you. Now, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna scratch his head and I'm gonna try to get my hand behind that wall so he's off that wall a little bit. And then we're gonna tell him some good things. And if it works out, we're gonna try the scoop. Yeah. Hi. Hi. Yeah, it's a good doggy. Yeah. Yeah, let's flip that ear over for you. Oh, it sticks straight up. Oh, I gotta show everyone this. Look at that little ear. That's not the wall. That's his ear sticking up. Cute. Hey, I need you to know something. I know you're pretty new to this world, but you are a good boy. Oh, he felt that. You're a good boy. You're a good boy, and none of this is your fault. And whether you got lost or someone put you down and said, we don't want you, I want you to know that has nothing to do with you, and it is not your fault, and you are a good dog, and you deserve better. And the good thing is your future is looking bright. This right now is the hardest part. This is the hardest moment. From here, it only gets better. Okay? So you made it. You made it through that, and you're going to be okay because you're a good boy. You're a good boy. The arm just kind of relaxed a little bit. You're a good boy. You know that? Good boy. You're a good dog. That's a good boy. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good boy. Hi. The scoop. Okay. There we go. I'm sorry you've been through this, and it's going to be okay. And you are shaking, and that's okay. It's like frozen, you know? Hey, let's find that spot. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, you're a good boy. Yeah, the shaking is just so extreme that we're just going to sit here for a minute and let him calm down. Yeah, it's okay. The thing with lap dogs, too, is like the treats may not go very far right now, but this could go a long way because they're just, they're just comforted in the comfort of your lap. It's why they're lap dogs, you know? Hi, bud. But just the fear right now is so bad that we've just got to spend a minute together. The good thing about this is like sitting with dogs. Sometimes if I ever publish the full videos, like they're long, they'd be long. and while you probably enjoy spending some time with me and the dog, you might go, okay, well, I got to go to work, you know, but I could sit here with him all day long. And, you know, one thing we can do with him is just make it participatory. Did I say that right? Participatory. Hey, Alexis, didn't you say we have some mail from people? Even though I told you guys, do not send it to the shelter. We need to set up a post office box because these turkeys are going to keep sending it here, even though I tell them not to. I'll put a post office box in the description. Yeah, I'll do it. I love the mail. I just don't like the management of the post office box. And then if you go to the post office, if I don't check it for a while, then the postal guy, like, there's nothing worse than getting in trouble from the mailman. You feel like you're like back in the principal's office when the mailman's like, hey, what's all this mail? Hi, little buddy. Hi. You good boy. We got to give him a name too. Before we read this fan mail, we got to give him a name. I'm thinking something from the grocery store. Since we found him at Albertsons, Albert would be a pretty cute little name.
I like Albert. I really like Albert.
Albert. Let's try it. Albert. You're a good boy, Albert. You're a good boy. He'll grow into it. Okay, Albert, you want to read some fan mail with me, buddy? He's only one, so he probably know how to read.
the male and the
we got
goes with this.
Okay.
And this is completely separate.
Okay. Got a couple pieces here. Look at that. You guys are awesome. Okay. Let's do this. We have something here. We have a present, buddy. Albert, we have a present. Let's see. Let's read the letter first and then we'll look at the present. Okay. The sheets are for the puppies and kittens. The shirt is for Rocky. My girlfriend, better half, I can relate. Not to having a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend. I have a wife, but I'm saying to having a better half. Let me just clarify that. Kelly's not here today, so if she watches the video, Kelly, I love you. You hear the fear in my voice too there, guys. Watch all the sitting. We watch all the sittings with dogs and have thought about a couple of them. The shirt was thought of from
Bobby's video.
One with, Bobby, yeah. Rocky moved a little fast. He said, "Stay cool, Rocky." and then, as always, the swoop. Keep up the great bits. Okay, I'm excited to see this shirt now. Albert, you want to see the shirt? Remember. That's awesome. Remember, stay cool, Rocky. and then the scoop. Do the scoop. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Peekaboo. That's awesome, guys. Speaking of shirts, by the way, I really like making things, and I don't know. It's just like I found my place in life with you guys. Like with dogs, absolutely. Just I've always done that. But this community, like, I totally understand when people say I like dogs more than people. I get it, but I like people too. Like I like dogs and people, and I really like you guys in this community we've built, and everyone that's becoming. Like whether you're here or you've become a member, which is really fun. That's growing and really neat. So I'd love to have you as a member. We do fun things, and I like private videos, and you're the first to know things. So hit the join button for sure. When it comes down to it, helping dogs, helping others, it really is simple. It's hard in the fact that you have to take the time to go do it. You have to, get out of your routine for the day. You find out that there's a lot of stuff in your life that holds you back, past traumas, guilt, whatever it may be. Because if you come into this kennel and you're showing love to dogs and you make yourself vulnerable, you will find out quite a bit about yourself. All of that goes into making of these shirts, these with dog shirts, because life is better with dogs. And so a lot of you have been getting them, and then you'll send me pictures, you'll tag me on social, I'll see about it in public, and that's unbelievable. I just lose it. Stay cool, Rocky, right? I try to stay cool. I probably won't if I see you wearing a shirt out in public. But anyways, all of that to say, it's not something I just throw up online and go, yeah, okay, you can buy that. Like this with dog shirt means something. And if you get this, you're a part of this community and you believe that every dog deserves a loving home like I do. So I'll link it. You can go get a shirt. But all of that said, this is really kind. And what are their names again?
They didn't. They didn't put their names. They made anonymous.
Guys, if you see this, comment, and I'll pin your comment to the top of the video if I see it. Remember, stay cool, right? Do you see how Albert is just fine with hanging out? Like that's the thing when you're struggling and things are tough, you don't want to be the focus. Like that's the magnifying glass, right? Fun. Thank you, whomever sent this. Okay, we have another. Albert, we have another letter. Albert, let's see if you want a treat. Albert, you're a good boy. You want a treat, Albert? You're a good boy. I'm going to leave it right there for you, bud. Okay? Feel free to check it out. You're sniffing it. That's good. That sniffer's working. That's a good thing. This is from, North Carolina. Wow. I love your show, Sitting with Dogs. Both of you, your wife, you're sweet with them poor babies. I saw this poem somewhere and I copied it. Okay. Thinking maybe someone would type it and hang on to the shelter to get people to see that love. Hope you like it too. I sent it to the address where you order dog food, etc. Maybe, it's okay. You're not in trouble. But I am gonna put up a post office box. Here's the poem by an unknown author. Albert, I'm gonna read you a poem, buddy. They always seemed to pass me by. I never knew the reason why. All my friends had found a home and only I remained alone. But finally, someone came and spoke to me with gentle tones. Hardly dared to believe it true. And and to my human's arms I flew. Our first embrace. My heart beat fast, a family of my own at last. And when tonight I rest my head in my new warm and cozy bed, a prayer I'll send high up above. May all the shelter pups find love. Albert, that's for you, buddy. What do you think? Karen, thank you for sending that. Okay, if you guys want to send mail and we want to do doggy mail time, I will put the address in the description below. Now we got to run and set up a post office box quickly. I'll just get one closest to the shelter so we can swing by there on the way here. Good boy. I have some really good news. He's not shaking anymore. The shake is gone. Like, you can't see that in the video, but I can feel it. And there's just like a calmness that came over me. And that just happened through mail time. That makes me really happy. He's not shaking anymore. He's been shaking for 30 minutes straight the whole time. He's looking around. He's checking out his environment. It's crazy what just a little love and comfort can do, huh? Like, that's wild. That gives me hope right there. He's going to make an amazing dog for somebody. My treat? Here you go, bub. Here you go, bubba. You thought about it that time at least. That's good. That's good. That's good. Albert, I love you, buddy. Look at this little guy. I mean, I would take him everywhere with, like, I would not travel without this. He'd fit under the seat easy too. And he's a year, so it's not like he's going to get bigger. How much did they say he weighs? I'd say like 9 pounds maybe.
They have them anywhere from 2 to 35 pounds, but
I think it's neither of those. But okay, somewhere between that. He's about 9 pounds. He's 10 at most, but he's in good shape. I hope his family comes to find him, but I guess I leave it up to you. What do you think? Do you think he was abandoned? Do you think that he's lost and his family's going to come get him? I need to know. The biggest thing you can do is share this, because your share could lead to him finding a forever home. And make sure you subscribe so we can keep you up to date on things. Like, I will link his Pupdate video when it comes out. Hopefully it's a happy adoption story. So we do updates through Pupdate videos.
He keeps looking at the tree like he wants it,
yeah.
But he's not brave enough yet.
Yeah.
Like, he keeps looking and licking his lips like he wants to eat it.
Yeah, I think the neat thing... It really does make me tear up a little bit. Like, gosh, that, like, it's just like that relief when you cry and it feels good, like that we were able to make that transformation in short of 45 minutes or however long. What's it say? Yeah, 45 minutes and 8 seconds. Oh my gosh, that's wild. That is wild. But Albert, I love you, man. That little courage, that brave little step you took right there, just shows how giant you are, right? Like, the fact that you're 10 pounds, but going on Great Dane size with that bravery makes me so happy. We have so much to learn from dogs. Like, I know I say that again and again, but just that courage, that leap of faith that he's taking, the willingness to trust this random dude that just came and sat in his kennel. We have a lot of YouTube subscribers. Did you know that? He didn't even know that, and he's still trusting me. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy, Albert. You're a good boy. Oh gosh. Oh, I want to take him home so bad. But the thing is like, he's going to be so great in the family that adopts him, or if his family comes to find him, and then he can tell them the story and say, yeah, I was shown comfort there. Like, I was shown love. Let's get you some more treats, buddy. Yeah. I know these treats are good because I make them at my bakeries. Is that not small enough? Oh, you're already getting some preferences? That's funny. His little personality is already showing. He's like, yeah, smaller bites, please. Mini. Good boy. Let's see, we're going to try the open hand now and see if he'll take it out of my hand. That's big trust. That's next level trust right there. Yeah. We'll make a bunch of little pieces and let him eat, because he might, he probably is really hungry. He has been eating from the fear. Listen to his cute little chomps. Thanks, Albert. I love you, buddy. Cute little toe beans. You're licking me, give me kisses. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for trusting me enough to show progress, buddy. I want to take him home with me. But I'm just like you guys. He's not off the 5-day hold. And I can't adopt a dog. But in case you haven't heard about Flip's farm, I started a rehabilitation farm, and I'm growing coffee on that farm in Southern California. And you say, well, that's kind of wild. I didn't even know you could grow coffee in America. Well, there are, Hawaii, Puerto Rico. But also, there are a handful of us farmers trying to grow coffee in California. It's not easy, but it's fun. And what's neat about that is when you buy the coffee, it helps support Flip's farm. So we're building little tiny houses on there. And that way we get to take the hard case dogs and help them. If it costs money, fine. If they need time, fine. Whatever it takes. Now, it's not a sanctuary where that's where they stay forever. The goal is to rehabilitate them and get them adopted, but it's without a time restraint. If it takes them however long, we let them decompress and be healthy and happy when they go into the home. So very excited about that. I will put the coffee right here. You can go buy it, and you're supporting Flip's farm. After my late dog Flip that helped rehabilitate and foster dogs, his legend lives on through us. So go get some coffee. And by the way, it is the best coffee in the world. I'm obviously a little biased, but I spent years working on this. The coffee has been growing for years. The roaster we're using right now, the beans are not from our farm right now. Our harvest will come up and we'll let everyone know about that. But the roasting profiles, we spent an entire year working, perfecting the roasting profile. So it is an amazing, delicious coffee at a good price, by the way. You don't have to spend, you shouldn't break the bank to buy coffee. Avocado toast? Yes. Coffee? No.
Albert is definitely one of my favorite sitting with dogs that I've had in a while. I love them all, but just getting to see that transformation that I honestly didn't think was going to happen, but I left space so that it could happen. That little moment where he just started taking treats from me, it's hard to explain how amazing that feels. And you know it, you see it, but what happened with Albert? The thing with Albert is he shut down. You can tell he's never really learned how to be a dog, or his events were so traumatic that he's really forgotten how to be a dog. I've seen dogs go feral where they just almost turn into wolves and they don't want to be around people in a matter of months. It can happen very quickly. So even though he's little and small and you seem like, oh yeah, I just want to scoop him up and I could teach him. It's not unlike a dog having a broken leg or something wrong with him physically. They need time to recover. And the good thing is there are often rescues that step up and help the shelter. In this case, Lucky Chai Dog Rescue pulled Albert from the shelter and said, we'll take him in, we'll help him out and get him into a loving family. Right away though, they knew he was going to need more time than just a couple days to recuperate. So they spent weeks with him, and all while in the background, a really nice gal named Julie, who's been watching our videos for some time, from what I found out, said, I want him. When he's ready, I would love to adopt him. And Little Chai Rescue said, great. And they spent time with him. Once he was ready, they said, okay, it's time. Are you interested? They met up. It was a perfect match and a perfect fit. And Lucky Chai Rescue thought that this family would be perfect for Albert. And we were all so happy because he is adopted. Yeah! Albert now has a home. He's no longer wandering the parking lot of Albertson's grocery store. And then we reached out to the family and we got a little worried because crickets, we didn't hear anything. And we're like, I thought they were watching the videos and what's going on? Well, guess what? We hear back and they were actually on a camping trip with Albert and their family, and he is now living his best life and he's doing really fantastic.
So we went camping and just seeing his ears flop, he was running back when he saw us and you could just see his ears blowing in the wind and he looked so happy. That was nice, to see him so different than when he was in the shelter. It's been super rewarding to see him get out of his shell, and the first time that he realized, I think, that this was his home is we're walking back and he just walked in front of us and kind of walked ahead of us and went straight to the door and just sat there, and I think seeing his confidence just kind of grow, it's pretty rewarding.
I'm summarizing here, but their family actually recently has been through some really tough times. And they said that coming home to Albert and having him there has been amazing because he has shown them love like no other. And he's also really great with their baby. It's why dogs are so amazing. They said he is maybe a little too brave now, and he's barking at everything and everyone.
I think he knows this is his family, and he's starting to get overprotective. So that's something that we need to work on. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you for having the patience with them. It takes time with dogs like this as they work through, they might be a little too shy and they might be a little too brave. And so getting them balanced just takes time. But thank you to Albert's new family and to Lucky Chai Dog Rescue and the Animal Friends of the Valleys and you for watching this and sharing this. Even just sharing this video helps because it shows people that these dogs can be saved and to consider adopting versus buying a dog. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'd love to have you as a member. And let me know if you like these Pupdates, if you want them. I know I launched the initial videos and sometimes it takes a while to get the Pupdates because it just takes a while for some of these dogs to get adopted and for us to get them into loving homes and hear their story. But let me know if you want me to keep doing these Pupdates. And I'll also put the next Pupdate right here so you can keep watching some awesome, happy dog rescue adoption stories.